Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here to another week of the Havoc Esports Main League. I'm your host, HBC Luke, and we got a bunch of exciting matches for you all tonight. We got round 4 and 5 of the Swiss stage for split 2 here tonight. It's going to be a very exciting set of matches. And up first, we actually have Havoc Purple versus Havoc Orange, the winner of which will make top 8. Havoc Purple last split did make top 4, I believe. And then they didn't make top 4. They were almost at top 4. Oh, no, yeah. Okay, there we go. Havoc Purple did make top 4, losing out to Havoc Gold 4-1. Whereas Havoc Orange, they lost in round 5 of the Swiss stage and didn't make it to the top 8. So right here, Havoc Orange are looking to already make it further than they already have as last split. So it's going to be exciting to see how this match ends up going. But without further ado, I think it's time to maybe get into our match. And you'll notice something different when we get into the match. Here's a shout, and just a shout out to the man known as Arctic. He helped us code this, and well, you guys will get to see it right when we hop in the match. So let's get the players in the lobby, and let's get started. Oh my goodness, I'm excited for y'all to see. And here we go. Newly updated overlay here for Havoc Esports Main League. This is going to be an exciting set of matches tonight as we're debuting and testing out for the first time our new overlay. Thank you once again to Arctic and to Zaro for helping us communicate with them and setting this up. But here we go, a lot cleaner. We're matching the Havoc colors just a little bit better here. We're matching all our overlays, stream and in-game, now match each other. We're not going to see a bright aqua and a bright red, and then, you know, the more darker blue and red that we use on stream. So here we go. Hopefully you all like this, like the overlay, and let us know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of our new overlay. I'm excited to see what you all think. But right now, I guess without further ado, let's get into talking straight up about this match. Right here, Havoc Orange and Havoc Purple. Havoc Purple, they ended up losing to Sloth Dark last week. So that ended up making them, so now they're in the 2-1 round, where Havoc Purple are looking to try and win, solidify their spot here in the split 2 playoffs. But here we go. It's going to be exciting. Of course, as with any game 1, normally it starts off either with a bang if it's an underdog versus, say, an upper team. But these two teams should be fairly close in skill level. But Chili is going to be the one to open up the score line here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the game here, Chili, as Havoc Purple put the goal. There we go, and welcome everybody in chat. Looks like we got Lee Rob. Lee Rob, how we doing, homie? Welcome to the stream. And everyone else, welcome to the stream as well. What do you all think of our new overlay? I'm personally excited. I think it matches our colors so much better here. It matches the rest of our overlays. It shows what it is at the very top. We got the boost and everything a lot bigger. Like, oh my goodness. I personally really are loving this overlay. Once again, thanks to Arctic and to Zaro. Well, to Zaro for communicating with Arctic to get this done. And we're trialing it here, so hopefully by the split 2 playoffs and the end of the season, it'll be perfect and ready to go. And I think it's already perfect, but of course, everyone else can let us know in the comments anything you might think we should add or anything that you might not like. But right now, I think personally, my personal opinion, it's pretty fire. I agree with you there, Lee Rob. But Wolf will be getting at the goal here on the side of Havoc Purple, as it looks like he kind of turtled there after he got the initial hit, and then he unturtled and shot it on the empty net. There we go. But here we go, folks. Oh, there we go. It looks like that might be an issue here. Let's see what's happening here. So it's 3-0. Does Ulti still play in Havoc, Luke? He does not currently play in Havoc. But this is interesting. It's not showing. Here we go. Let's see if update. Okay, it's not showing the goals. It was working fine yesterday. Well, we'll see what will happen. Well, right now it's currently 3-0 for Havoc Purple. Well, literally everything's looking. Oh, at least this is why we're doing the trial here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we got everything working except the goals, apparently. So it's definitely interesting to see. In between games, I'll see if I can get the other overlay up or see if I can fix it. But yeah, oh, here we go though. K-Taps, I'll put that one in. So Havoc Orange, bringing it back. Yeah, so here we go. We can check momentarily. Yeah, it's 3-1, Havoc Purple and Havoc Gold. But that's interesting. Honestly, you would think like the goals going in would probably be like the most important thing, but all right. I mean, this is why we do tests, everybody. I'm glad we're doing it before Split 2 playoffs. And remind everybody, we RLCS North American Open Quals for Regional 2 are next week. So we will not be having Havoc next week, but the week after we will. So, and this will be the last regional in the winter split for open qualifiers. So we should have no more breaks in between weeks after this open qualifier. Here we go. Tibbles, Wubik, best player on the field. All right, all right. We got a Wubik fan in here. Let's go. Honestly, this is very interesting. I have to wonder why it's not showing the. There's game audio, lazy. I mean, it shows it on my side. But here we go. But yeah, that's why we're doing these tests. We're doing these live tests and everything like that. Eventually, it's got to work. It's got to go through. But right now, it's all right. Well, everyone, give me a test. Everyone in the chat give us a test? Is the game audio too quiet? Is it too loud? If it's too quiet, put a 1 in the chat. If it's all right, put a 2. So there we go. If it's all right, put a 2. If I need to boost the in-game audio, put a 1. Let us know in the chat here. But so far, it looks like Havoc Orange have tied up the game. Here we go. Havoc Orange looking good, looking solid. They've tied up the game. But honestly, it's interesting to see the score here not be affected here in this way. Here we go. Ball gets popped up in the air. Both these teams still tied at 3. Ball back over to Wolf. Wolf, oh my, almost looked like he was going to own goal there. Shot here from Timmy. Will get sent wide. Now high into the air. Follow up goes to Wubik. Wubik now over to Timmy. Timmy looking for the shot. And Havoc Orange have scored. And yes, it's currently 4-3 Havoc Orange. So we found out the issue. So right now we're currently testing our new overlay. In terms of looks, it looks great. But it looks like the goals aren't being updated on the side of that. And there we go. Havoc Orange scoring again. Here we go. And everybody, we're just messaging people real quick, see if we can fix the overlay by the next game. But Havoc Orange, they went from being down 0-3 to now being up 5-3. But yeah, everybody, in between games, I'll see if I can either fix the overlay. And if we can fix the overlay, then it'll look good. But overall, it's going to be interesting to see how Havoc Purple go through, improve throughout the rest of this game. Go ball back over, sent to K-Taps. K-Taps back over now to Chili. Chili to Wubik, and it looks like ball will be kept in the air. And it will touch the ground. All right, Havoc Orange going to come up with the win here. And in a very solid fashion. Here we go. 5-3. Oh, now the score updates. The game's over. All right. So still maybe a couple issues. But overall, I mean, the scoreboard looks clean. Everything looking solid, clean. But here we go. This is what we like to see. And it looks like Havoc Orange are going to be up 1-0 in the series. This is what we want to see. Now we're going to be moving over now to Beckwith Park Stormy, as a matter of fact, as we go into game number 2. Let's see how these teams manage to perform. Honestly, I think Havoc Orange, they normally look very strong in games 1 and 2. It's normally once we get to games 3 and 4 where they start playing nervous. In game 5, they normally don't win. They normally don't win game 5s. So it's interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how these teams perform going into this next game. But maybe I'm hoping it was just a one-time thing. Hopefully the goals update here, because they did update on the final scoreboard. So guess we just have to wait and see. Ball does get sent down the field over to Wolf. Wolf trying to maintain possession. Matthias Maximus will put the ball out to Timmy. Timmy trying to maintain possession. Ends up giving it away, though. It's going to be up to K-Taps now to try and keep it on the offensive end of the field. Wolf through the air. Looking for the air dribble. Getting the reset. Gets it over 1. Looking for the dunk on 2. Succeeds in doing so. And the ball back over to the side. Back to Wubik. Wubik over now to Chili. Chili looking for the possession in the corner. Will get it around 1. Back over to Timmy. Timmy getting it, doesn't get dunked by Wolf, and it will be sent into the purple half once again, though, by Havoc Orange. Matthias through the air, not able to connect on that one, and K-Taps will look for a pass out mid. Over now to Matthias. Matthias getting stopped by Wolf. Wolf trying to maintain possession. Wolf with the Infinidash. Trying to pass the ball mid. Not able to get it past Timmy. Will now be over to Chili. Chili with the ball gets sent all the way down the pitch. Here comes Chili once again, getting a decent 50-50. Ball back over to Wubik. Wubik with the shot. Saved away by Matthias. Now over to Wolf once more. Now touched by Chili. Chili to the backboard. Now off the backboard once more. Follow from Team Purple. Team Purple looking to do what they did in game number 1. Game number 1, they ended up scoring 3 goals at the very beginning. They're looking to try and break the ice, so to speak, here in game number 1. But Havoc Orange get the goal. There we go. Havoc Orange managed to get the goal here. First off in game number 2. And it looks like the score is still broken. All right, folks. Well, we'll see if we can fix this going. We'll see if we can fix this going into the next series at the very least. In between, so we'll have to suffer through it here for this first series. But after this first series is over, we will switch back to the old overlay, and we'll let Arctic know what know the issue here for the scoreboard. So I'll keep you guys updated here on the score. It's currently 1-0 Havoc Orange. Now it's going to be over to Chili. Chili sends the ball over to Wolf. It's going to be dusted to the ball by Timmy. Chili popping it off the backboard. Sends it far into the hands of Timmy. Timmy hitting off the backboard. Ball from Matthias. Matthias looks for the shot. Saved away by Wubik. And now K-Taps keeps the ball on the offensive end. K-Taps through the air. Can't get it around Chili. Will be taken away by Timmy now. Timmy looking for the touch off the backboard. Follow up here from Wolf. Wolf trying to take it slow. But Matthias looks with a shot from the corner. Second goal for Havoc Orange. Yeah, everybody, not too sure why the scoreboard's not working. I wonder, like, what coding-wise could be wrong to make it so, like, just the score, like, everything else is updating except the score. That's the only weird thing I'm noticing about this. Like, if everything else is working, why isn't, why isn't the score working? But overall, Havoc Orange leading by 2 here in game number 2, looking to try and go on match point as early as possible. We were using the old overlay yesterday here, Lazy. We were using the old overlay yesterday. But the ball back over now. To K-Taps. K-Taps to Wubik. Wubik not able to get there. Over to Wolf. Wolf now ends up getting beat by K-Taps. It'll be sent over to Chili. Chili. Now looking for the air dribble. Looking for the possession. And it'll be now in the hands of Wolf. Wolf ends up leaving it. Timmy looking for the long shot. Wubik does manage to tap it back. Back to Timmy. Timmy with a great shot. Will be followed up here by Chili. Chili. Now over to Wolf. Wolf ends up getting beat there. He'll be back in the hands of Wubik as he takes possession here. Wubik. Great 50-50. Tries to lose it back to Chili. K-Taps is awkward, and he leaves it for Chili to take an air dribble for a 50. Leaving it for Wolf. Puts it off the backboard. Follow up here from Wubik. Saved away from Matthias. Now, ball gets popped into the midfield. K-Taps trying to send it back down. Ball
Gets put off the backboard by Wubik. Look at this possession here from Wubik. Team Purple, the mechanics are looking good right now. It just, at this current moment in time, we're not seeing too much out of them. We're seeing them take possession for the most part. We haven't seen any good passes. We haven't really seen any demos as well. So hopefully they can really pick up the demos on both offense and defense. And that will allow them to try and get some more goals. But right there, missed shot from Havoc Purple. Wolf, gonna wish he had that shot back. Through the air comes Wolf, passing it over to Chili. Chili getting dusted to the ball by Matthias. And Wubik will be looking for the tap out the side wall. Ends up missing, and Wolf will be the one getting the last second save. Wolf trying to get it around one. Gets it around one. Chili tries to take it off. I'm going to go straight into Timmy. Now it's Wubik through the air. Looking for the solo play. Kinching it around one. Can't get the bump on Timmy. Close opportunity, but yet they still can't find the goal. Havoc Orange up 2-0 right now. And can they get the lead? Ball back to Matthias. Over to the corner. Now over to Timmy. Timmy trying to maintain possession. Ends up giving it away to Wubik. Wubik looking to try and get a goal here before 0 seconds. But right now, it looks like Havoc Orange are not letting them even get a single shot on target. And Havoc Orange in Series 1 are looking to try and sweep their way into the top 8 for the first time. We have to remember, Team Purple, they got top 4 in the last split. But right now, Havoc Orange, they were tied 9th through 11th. They were in that spot. They didn't even make the top 8. Here we go. I got one last fix. Maybe I set the team size to 3v3, you know, hopefully maybe that will fix it. But overall, we're going to be going on to Sovereign Heights, and we're going to go on to Sovereign Heights and see how things are going to go on this map for Havoc Orange. We said it before, Havoc Orange are probably the least likely team to get a sweep. They're just not normally very good at winning once they are on match point. Before they're on match point, they're normally solid. They can do what they need to do. But outside of that, then we tend to not really get to see those. But now, going on to game number 3. Let's see how this one goes here, folks. Looks like one of the players asked for a pause, so we'll wait here until the players are ready and raring to go. But talk about that last game. Havoc Orange, they're looking consistent. That's what they're looking at. However, looking in the past, Havoc Orange have had an issue where when they're on match point, they start to kind of turtling up in net, where they might get scored on first, and they kind of just aren't able to get back in the game. So I want Havoc Orange to try and rush into this next game, get a first goal on the board. And if they can do that, then maybe we can see them getting a dub here. And it looks like Havoc Purple are subbing in Made It Snake for Chili to see if Havoc Orange now can be taken down by this iteration of the roster. Havoc Purple, Chili is, I believe, the substitute for Havoc Purple. So they're bringing in their normal third here, and according to the rules, you are allowed to make mid-series substitutions, but for example, if someone disconnects mid-game, you can't have somebody joining mid-game. Back to Wubik. Wubik over to Made It Snake. Made It Snake down to Wolf. A great demo, and they aren't able to get the goal. The ball does end up rolling wide. That was a perfect opportunity for Havoc Purple to get on the board first, but now it's going to be over to Timmy. Timmy with the 50, setting up his teammates, and there we go. We're already off to the Havoc Orange. Crossbars when on match point. Havoc Orange, they don't have any problem with striking before they're on match point, but once they are on match point, they just seem to not be able to hit the ball in the back of the net. Ball back to Matthias. Over to K-Taps. K-Taps sending this one forward. Matthias looking for the bump. Not able to get it past Wubik. We'll be back over to Timmy. Timmy looking for the shot. We'll be looking for the pass mid now. Slows it down, dropping it down to the ground in front of the opponent's net. And that will now be up to Wolf. Trying to clear this one out. Now to Wubik. Wubik gets us to the ball by Timmy. Timmy still looking for the first goal. Made It Snake coming in cold here right when they're about to get swept. And he manages to get a great save. Made It Snake. Popping that ball forward. Now in the hands of Timmy. Timmy down to K-Taps. K-Taps passing it to Timmy on their own goal line there for a moment. Will now be up to Matthias. Matthias gets dusted. Havoc Purple looking to take their time. Great 50-50 there from Wubik. And Timmy will be the one who clears the ball down the field. Just for Made It Snake to put it off the side wall. Not the best touch though, but luckily for him, Wolf comes back, cuts across, and takes it onto the offensive end. K-Taps. Not able to follow that one as Made of Snake keeps it on the offensive end. Ubik there to Wolf. We're starting to see some passage here from Havoc Purple, but a great demo from K-Taps on the rotation back. He manages to keep that ball out of harm's way. But now here comes Wolf off the sidewall, looking for the sidewall redirect kind of doink situation there. Wasn't able to get it, but here comes Matthias. Matthias losing it back to Timmy. It was high in the air, though, so Timmy wasn't able to get the ball before Havoc Purple could try and challenge. But now it's up to Matthias. Matthias towards the midfield line. Got a great dunk there. Can he get this ball mid in any sort of way? Team Purple, though, pass it to the other team. And there we go. Havoc Orange getting on the board first. Look at this here. Wubik doesn't take possession. He ends up giving away the ball there. And it allows K-Taps to come in and put an empty shot, a shot on an empty net. And it looks like the one fix I tried didn't work. Scoreboard still not working. So everybody, I will be switching back to the old overlay after this series is over. But right now, I'll just be doing my best to let y'all know what the scoreline is. Currently, it's 1-0 Havoc Orange. Ball back over to the middle now. To Made It Nate looking for the shot. Gets dunked on. Havoc Orange still trying to relieve some sort of pressure from this Havoc Purple offense. Wolf does get it to the side. Timmy passing it mid, but a great demo from Made It Nate. We're starting to see some off-ball pressure being applied by Made It Nate, something they didn't have with Chili on the field. Ball back over now to Wolf. Wolf trying to look for the shot. Will be popped out to the side wall. Now over to Wolf. Wolf leaving it for Wubik, but K-Taps with a great dunk sends the ball to the backboard. Awkward here for Wolf, but he does get the ball out to the corner. Wolf, though, he gives away possession. That's the one thing. I did coach Havoc Purple 2 weeks ago and trying to help them out and improve and see how they can improve their high-level gameplay. But the one thing we're noticing right now is they're not keeping possession. They're not keeping the fundamentals in mind. And normally that's what happens when you're on stream in a nerve-wracking tournament match, especially if you're not used to it. Those bad habits will come back. And right now, positionally, they look fine. Right now, they're positioning pretty well. But compared to their positioning, they're not keeping possession. They're not really looking for demos outside Made It Nate. So it's something Havoc Purple have to keep in mind. So when they go into their next series, they have to make sure they're focusing on those couple of points. Make sure they're taking possession. Make sure they're looking for those demos on offense and defense. And they should be able to take the win and get back into the top 8. However, if they lose this game, which right now, currently 1-0 Havoc Orange, or now even 2-0 from K-Taps. Look at that. Another goal for K-Taps. And sorry, 3-0 for Havoc Orange right now. And they're continuing to look good. Havoc Orange is the first time we're going to see them sweep, I believe, in a very, very long time. Havoc Orange are kind of similar to the Academy Orange team in that regard, where we don't normally see sweeps. We can see them take wins and take series, but normally we don't see sweeps if they do end up winning a series. But Havoc Orange, they're looking to complete the sweep right here on Sovereign Heights. And oh my, they're doing it in a brilliant fashion. Wolf sends the ball over the sidewall. Looking for the follow-up. They're still looking to try and get a goal here in the final 30. Ball back over to Matthias. Matthias. Back to Made It Nate. Made It Nate popping the ball over to the sidewall. Back over to K-Taps. K-Taps to Wubik. Wubik ends up getting the ball tapped around by K-Taps. K-Taps looking for a flick top left corner. It will be wide. It was very close, but it looks like Havoc Orange are going to do what they haven't done in a very long time. They are going to sweep a team, and while doing so, qualify for the Split 2 playoffs, putting them in a great spot. And I believe with them qualifying for the Split 2 playoffs, they have now confirmed themselves to be at minimum in the last chance qualifier. If they want to make the championship straight up, though, they're going to have to try and make it to... If they're going to get the champions, they're going to have to try and make it to the grand final minimum, I believe. If they're going to try and make it straight into championships without even having to go through the last chance qualifier. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the first series of the day. A very fantastic one at that. It looks like coming up next, we'll have Cypher Pink versus Fury Esports. So that will be an interesting one. We're not going to see any Havoc teams in that one. And honestly, I think it should be very interesting because I believe this will be a elimination match. So coming up next, we have lower round 4 between Cypher Pink and Fury Esports. So everybody, make sure to stay tuned for that, and we will be back here in a little bit. See you guys in a sec.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here to the Havoc Main League. I'm your host, HBC Luke, and it looks like we got the players in, and they're being allowed to play. So technically, their Fury Esports were late to the game. Technically, they were late. But it's in enough of a good spot here where within the rules they are still allowed to play. However, just because I messed up on something I said to one of the teams, I left it up to Cypher Pink to decide who ends up, if it's a forfeit win or if it's not a win at all. So what's happening right now? Cypher Pink allowed Fury Esports to play. So the winner will go on to round 5. The loser will be eliminated from Havoc for the rest of the season. But without further ado, we've been waiting long enough. Let's get the players in the lobby. And let's see how this match is going to go. Here we go. Hopefully, that's the last issue that we have tonight. But here we go. Starting off the round 5 between Fury Esports. Starting off the round between Fury Esports and Cypher Pink. Here we go. 6, popping that ball into the air. Back over to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda trying to flick that ball over 1. Back over to Ant, and it'll be back to Kyler. Kyler, down to Kuro. Kuro to 6. 6 trying to maintain possession now. He ends up getting the ball past 1. But can he get it past the entire team? 6 looking for the 50. Gets the 50. Back over to Fluffy Panda now. Is he trying to get it? Ball gets hit over him by Ant. Kyler on the respawn. Not able to get the touch, but Tibbles will get the 50-50. So far, both these teams are looking strong. They're looking confident, but still yet to find a goal here as they're about to exit the first minute. And it looks like right then and there, after I say that, Ant has managed to score first. Here we go, folks. This is what we want to see. Both these teams looking solid, both looking good, but it's going to be Fury Esports that are going to end up scoring here first. Fantastic stuff. Let's see if they can keep this form up. Now, Fury Esports, they've had a lot of issues over the last couple of weeks. That's why they found themselves here in the lower round 4. Whereas Cypher Pink, they're a team that's not as high level in most people's opinions, so they're most likely expected not to get this far. But overall, it's still going to be interesting to see how they perform against a team like Fury Esports. Fury Esports have gotten to this point mostly due to forfeits, whereas Cypher Pink, they've gotten to this point through hard work. Albeit, in terms of rank, we do have to acknowledge the fact that Cypher Pink are a little bit lower of a level. Oh. But let's continue into this series here and see if Cypher Pink has what it takes to win this series here. Ball will get sent back into the blue corner here as Fury Esports try to maintain possession. A great demo. Opens up Kyler to look for a shot. Ends up getting saved away. And now be over to Tibbles. Tibbles not able to get up to that ball. The ball will get cleared away to the side once more. Ball sent over to the blue side once again, as it looks like Fury Esports are trying to maintain possession, starting from their own side and then looking to kind of just go speedily out into the offensive end once they do get the opportunity. Ball back in the hands of Ant, trying to maintain possession here. Gets it around 1, gets it around 2. Is it on target? No, saved off the post. Looks like he had to kind of save his own shot there. Wasn't able to get the ball in the net. But a great touch there from Tibbles will keep the ball out to the offensive end. Ball pinched off the ceiling.
Going to be bouncing in front of the net. A great bump there from 6. Might open up the net here, but a great save from Tibbles once more. Keeps the ball out, but another demo from Kuro. Keeps the ball in the offensive end. Here we go. Ball gets popped up into the air. Taken away here by Kuro. Kuro, back to a Fluffy Pancake. Will be taken over here. Looks looking for a shot. It's in! Tibbles manages to find the goal. Cypher Pink find their first goal here on the main stream. This is what we love to see here. Tibbles has been stepping up here for his team the entire game so far. A lot of last-second goal line saves, and now he finds the first goal for his team. Let's see if he can keep this form up. Here we go. Ball. They get popped over now to a Fluffy Pancake. Fluffy Pancake. Now back over to the side. Gets sent over to the side wall. Now into the hands of Cypher Pink, but they end up giving it away. Solo play opportunity here for Fuhrer, and they're not able to get the goal. Ant spiking it off the crossbar. Now, a great dunk there. We'll get sent the ball high in the air with the Cypher Pink net. Where's the follow-up? Fluffy Panda putting it to the side. Will pinch it across. Here's the follow-up for a Fluffy Panda. To the corner. The corner. To the side wall. Back over to the backboard. Now, back into the hands of Tibbles. Tibbles looking for the follow-up. The backboard. Now follow-up here from Ant. Will be followed up. Be back now in the hands of a Fluffy Pancake. They end up leaving it, and Kuro looking for the long shot. Should be saved away by Kyler. Succeeds in getting the save, and Kuro pinches it all the way out. Ball gets back out to the side. Here from Fluffy Pancake. Ends up going into the air once more. Fluffy Panda looking for the shot. Gets it around the defender. Tied at 2 in the final minute. And Cypher Pink looking to try and steal away game number 1. Here we go. Ball. Right back in the middle of the field here as we're starting the 5th kickoff of the game. Dibbles looking for possession. Trying to get it around 1. Gets it around 1. Can't get it as he gets bumped. He's not able to get the follow-up. Here we go. Another touch there. Ball bounces in the midfield here. Back over now. Fuhrer looking for the last second goal. Ball bounces mid. 30 seconds left to go. And it will be taken out to the side once again. Ball in the corner. Kuro looking for the follow-up. Not able to get the touch. Ends up making one miss with that miss. And now it'll be back over to Tibbles. Tibbles gets beat out. And it will now be in the hands of Ant. Ant trying to maintain possession. Now back to the side wall. Over to 6. 6 looking for the shot. He misses. Follow-up here from Ant. Saved away by Fluffy Panda. And will now be back in the hands of 6. 6. Into the air, setting up his teammate, looking for the air dribble, gets it off the backboard, follow-up, where's it at? And it touches the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, in game number 1, we have overtime. Ball back out into the corner. You sent over now to Ant. Ant looking for the pass mid. Saved away on the goal line once again by Tibbles, but a poor touch from Kyler sets up the opportunity of a pass, and 6 will get the goal. Havoc Esports will end up getting that one sent away, and it will be right in the back of the net there for Havoc Esports as they bring it back here in this game. Fantastic stuff from them, and Havoc Esports going to be on the series scoreboard first. That's what we love to see here, folks. And look at those demos from Havoc Esports really picking up on the off-ball pressure. That's what we love to see. They're continuing to improve. They're continuing to look strong. But here we go, folks. Now going into the next game here between these two teams. Havoc Esports on the board first, but Cypher Pink looking very well in this match. Can they keep this form up, though? That's the big question. Can they keep up the form and not only tie the game, but can they actually get the win this time? I would love to see Cypher Pink try and get the game win to start off here. But will they manage to do so? Well, they managed to get a game win here. Waiting here for the other team to be ready and prepared to join. Let's see if they can get in here and who will end up getting the dub here. Now, Fury Esports, they did end up having a lot of pressure towards the end of that game. However, it's not unlikely for Cypher Esports to come back in here. So it looks like we're waiting 1 minute here for Cypher Pink, which is perfectly fine. They ended up having to wait 15 minutes or so, or a little bit longer than 15 minutes as a matter of fact. So we can wait here just for a minute. Looks like we're good to go. All right. Here we go. Getting into game number 2 on Beckwith Park Stormy. Let's see how it goes here, folks. Right off the bat, Cypher Pink looking for the first goal. Spike it off the post. Follow-up shot off the post again. Cypher Pink, right off the kickoff, had an amazing set of opportunities that just weren't able to put the ball on target. Here we go. Ball gets sent out to the side, into the corner for Fury Esports. To 6. 6 going through the air, gets dunked on by Kyler. Now, ball gets sent over to the backboard by Fury, looking for the follow-up shot. It's also going to be wide. And now Cypher Pink looking for the shot into the offensive end, clears it all the way down. It'll be over to 6. 6 off the ceiling, gets it around 1. Can't get it past Tibbles, though. Tibbles been such a fantastic player here early on in this game. Another shot will be put off the sidewall. Over now to Kyler. Kyler 50s the ball out to the backboard. Now out to the corner. 6 looking for the follow-up. Trying to get possession here. Puts it across his own net. Should be able to get the follow-up. He does. Narrowly avoids the demo from a narrow panda. We kept out. Ball on the offensive end of the here from Fury Esports, but a great touch from Kyler. Gets the ball out to the midfield line. Now it'll be up to Tibbles, trying to clear the ball straight into the offensive end. Gets it around 1. Can't get it past 2, though. And now it'll be up to Fluffy Panda. Puts it off the backboard. Here's the follow-up shot off the post again. Cypher Esports can't buy accuracy at this moment in time. Here we go. Back to 6. 6 puts it off the backboard. Follow from Fury. It's going to be off target as well. Neither of these teams can buy a goal. Now, ball gets popped over to the side. Over to the hands of Fury, leaving it for Kyler. Kyler with the possession, getting on the offensive end, looking for the pinch out mid. Still tied at 0 here as Cypher Pink look to try and steal away that first goal. Ball into the air. Another shot. This time it's on target, and who else but Tibbles will get that ball in the back of the net. Here we go, folks. This is what we want to see here from Cypher Pink. They get the first goal on the board. They're looking solid. They're looking good. Let's see if they can keep this form up. Ball back over now to the side here for a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda will be into the air. Pop it over now. Here is Ant. Ant on low boost. Gets the 50, but he's not able to do much else with it. As now it's going to be over to 6 to get the ball past the entire team. 6 gets it past 1. Can't get it past the goaltender. Now it'll be up to Ant. Ant gets dunked. Now Fluffy Panda gets dunked as well. These teams are dunking each other back and forth. But the ball gets sent out to the offensive end by Tibbles. But the ball gets sent right back. And a great demo or a bump attempt gets the ball in an empty net position. But no one on Fury Esports can find the shot. Less than 2.5 minutes to go, and another great save by Tibbles keeps this one out. This guy's looking fantastic, but a great shot, and an even better save by Panda keeps it out. Fury Esports can't find the back of the net anytime they try to get there. I'll be back over to Ant. Ant now over to 6. 6 to Ant. Ant with the shot saved away. Cypher Pink yet to get scored on right now. They're a brick wall, and they're continuing to look as strong as possible. Here we go, back to Ant. Ant off the backboard. Follow up now to a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda to Kyler. Kyler leads it for Tibbles. Tibbles with a great clear down the field. Fluffy Panda looking for a bump. Ball at the backboard. Kyler looking for the shot, saved away by Ant. But Cypher Pink are looking to try and pile on the pressure here. They're trying to get that second go-ahead goal to try and solidify this game 2 being in their favor. Here comes Ant. Ant off the corner. Back to Kyler. Kyler sending that ball down. Now to the corner. To the side wall. To Tibbles. Tibbles trying to maintain possession here. Gets it around 1. Trying to set it up here for the corner. Off the backboard. Follow up here from a Fluffy Panda. Ball gets saved away, but it gets around the defender. One person back. Who else but Tibbles? He's getting chased by his opponents. A pass mid, though, when there was an empty net with Tibbles getting bumped. Doesn't find the back of the net. The shot wasn't even there. Now Cypher Pink with 45 seconds left to go. Can they maintain the 1-goal lead? It's something we're used to seeing in Havoc, where the underdog team or the lower ranked team can still sometimes find game wins, normally in the 1-0 scoreline. But here comes Kyler, the gray 50-50. 30 seconds left on the clock. Can they keep the scoreline going? Ball back out into the hands of Fuhrer. Great pass. Over now to Kuro. To Tibbles. Tibbles in the air with a great challenge. Gets it around 1. Now Tibbles with a doink will send the ball to the offensive end. 15 seconds to go. And it's still Fuhrer Esports piling on more and more pressure. Goal after shot after shot. Follow up off the crossbar and out. Ball still above the offensive net here for Fuhrer Esports. Gets cleared out to the midfield line. All the ball has to do now is touch the ground. Ball gets popped into the air. Fuhrer Esports looking for the touch, and Cypher Pink take game number 2. This is what we want to see here, folks. Cypher Pink looking strong, looking good, and they managed to get the game win. That's what we want to see here, folks, as we now have a tied series between these two teams. Here we go. This is what we want to see here. Cypher Pink and Fuhrer Esports looking to try and put on a spectacle here. This is what we want to see here, folks. We want to see Fuhrer Esports and Cypher Pink. They want to take it all the way. This is the elimination match, after all. So, hopefully, going into this third game, Cypher Pink and Fuhrer Esports both going to be striving to get on match point first. Honestly, not too sure who will end up getting the win here, but it's going to be close no matter what. Here we go, folks. And just a special note, it looks like Cypher White did end up forfeiting on the other stream. So Escape Velocity moving on to round 5. And then after this, I believe we have Team Gold versus 7 Savages. That'll be coming up next on the main stream. So that will definitely be a fun match. But looks like everyone's in the lobby. Let's get started here with game number 3. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Can Cypher Pink keep their form up and try to take it to match point against this Fuhrer Esports squad? Ball back out to the side wall. Tibbles over to Kyler. Kyler gets bumped, and it's going to be up to Fluffy Panda trying to keep this ball out of harm's way. Fluffy Panda gets beat to the ball. It's going to be up to Kyler. Kyler passes the ball down to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda back to Tibbles. Tibbles doesn't get the first touch that he wants, but he will get the follow and the 50-50. Solid stuff there from Tibbles. Even when he messes up mechanically, he's still able to recover, showing the good signs of a very go-ahead looking forward player. Ant, slowly playing this one. Gets challenged by Tibbles. Tibbles back to a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda to Kyler. Kyler sends the ball all the way down the pitch. Here now over to Ant. Ant into the air. It's going to be Tibbles and Fluffy Panda flying for that one, and an own goal will result there for Ant. Ant's going to get credited with that goal, as it looks like Tibbles and Fluffy Panda, they both fly for it, and neither of them can get a touch. It looked like they kind of pinched it back into their own net, so Cypher Pink not going to be too happy about how that goal went in. But let's see if they can try and fight back into this one. Here, back to Tibbles. Tibbles into a Fluffy Panda. A Fluffy Panda back to Kyler. Kyler back to Ant. Ant now passing the ball mid to Tibbles. Back over to a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda trying to maintain possession. Gets the ball around 1. Trying to get it past Kyler. Back over now to Kuro. Kuro passing it back to 6. 6 going to put it into the corner. Fuhrer Esports not really looking solid on the shooting department right now. They do have the 1 goal, but it was off of an own goal that they got their 1 goal. They still yet to put an actual good shot on target yet since game 1. Possession being taken here by a Fluffy Panda, and Tibble's going to cover for his teammate. Gets the clear out. Now 6, trying to slow play it. Isn't able to get it past the first man. Tibbles through the air. Gets a great dunk. Gets around 1. He's not able to land on the ceiling, get the follow-up. But Fury Esports are pushed to put the ball in their own corner. Now over to Kyler. Kyler getting the dunk. Back to 6. 6 to a Fluffy Panda. A Fluffy Panda now. Looking for the pass out mid. No one there for the follow-up. Kiro now taking possession. Back over now to a Fluffy Panda. A Fluffy Panda to Kiro. Kiro leaving it for Kyler. Kyler looking for the shot. And it'll be taken away here by a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda to Kiro. Kiro trying to maintain possession. The ball gets put out to the side. Back over to Tibbles. Tibbles off the sidewall. It's going to be followed up here by Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda with the 50. Down to Tibbles. And 6 will get the save. I do got to say, Tibbles got to be one of the better names I've heard. Especially, it's one of the more fun names to commentate, honestly. So, getting to see Tibbles. I mean, it kind of sounds like... What's the name of the thing in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? You know, Toodles. There we go. Kind of sounds similar to that. But there we go. Ball gets popped out by a Fluffy Panda. With the backboard. To Kyler. Kyler off the backboard will be followed up here now by Ant. Ant off the side wall. 6 looking for the follow. Pass the mid to Kiro. Kiro can't find the touch. With 2 minutes left on the clock, Cypher Pink still looking to try and tie this game. Fluffy Panda over 1. Can't get the 50-50 on the second. But Kyler ends up giving away the ball for free right to Kiro. Kiro through the air. Back over to Tibbles. Tibbles to Kyler. Kyler back over to Ant. Ant back to Tibbles. Tibbles ends up not being able to go up for that one, though, and 6 ends up putting it wide. Tibbles sending the ball down the field. Might be in. It's an own goal for Tibbles. Tibbles ends up getting credited with the goal, and so far, both of the goals in this series have ended up being own goals. You know what? We take those if we're on either team, as they're continuing to look strong, continuing to look good. Let's see if they can keep this form up. Kyler, looking for the hit off the ceiling. Looking for the follow-up. Looks for the shot saved away by 6. But it looks like Cypher Pink, they're starting to warm up into this series. They're starting to look more and more confident as the series goes on. Ball to the backboard. Back to Kyler. Kyler putting it off the side wall. Will be now taken over by 6. 6. Back over to Ant. Ant looking for the follow-up, and he will get the touch. Ball over now to Kyler. Kyler trying to maintain possession. Will be now back in the hands of Kyler. As a matter of fact, he's able to challenge this one, leaving it for Fluffy Panda. But a miss will force Tibbles to make the save. Tibbles gets the save, but demoed on the rotation out. Now back over to Ant with the shot. It's off the post. Here's the follow-up, and Fuhrer will get the goal. Minute left in the game, and they managed to bring it back within 1. Let's see if they can keep it up here, folks. They're looking solid right now. Fuhrer are looking solid. And Cypher, and that'll be their first goal. It's not an own goal, albeit it was off of a double commit. We've yet to see a real, fantastic shot here in game number 3. Let's see if Cypher Pink can do that here. Back to Kiro. Kiro gets a sidewall redirect. Ends up being a pass over to 6. 6 gets out 50 there, and we'll be back over to Fluffy Panda. Now on to Ant. Ant past that mid. Kiro gets the beat on Kyler. Now it's over to Tibbles. Tibbles gets the beat out to the side wall. And a missed touch there will leave Tibbles with a free possession. But he ends up not being able to... He had a potential to get a good shot there. But he ends up hitting it in a spot where the defender could challenge. Kyler setting it up for the other team. Back to a Fluffy Panda. Off to 6. 6 to Kyler. Kyler looking for the follow-up now. Back over now. Into the air. Followed up here from Tibbles. Tibbles with the 50-50. Back to 6. 6 down the field. And that should be an empty net goal. But a miss from Kiro will put the ball in a spot where Ant is now not able to get the goal. Fluffy Panda setting it down. 50 there. Neutral 50-50, but it works out in Fuhrer's favor. Ball gets sent up to the field. Can Tibbles put it in the empty net? Oh, so close. Tibbles can't find the back of the empty net. Ends up missing the shot there. Now Fuhrer Esports will find themselves on match point. Let's see if they can keep this form, though. They're a solid team, but now Fuhrer Esports are on match point. Can Cypher Pink come back? Now, I do believe they have what it takes to come back in there. They're starting to pick up on the off-ball pressure, but is it early enough? Are they going to be able to continue this on, not only to win Game 4, but win Game 5 as well? They're going to have to win 2 games, but I guess the thing they should focus on first is that Game 4. Get the Game 4 win. They can focus on Game 5 later, but right now they need to get the Game 4 win here. We're going to be going over to Manfield Night to see if we're able to get the win. Here we go. Players are in the lobby. Let's see who's able to get the dub here. Cypher Pink or Fury Esports. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Will we see Fury Esports move on to round 5? Or will Cypher Pink look to strike back and try to get the dub here? Now, right now, Cypher Pink, they're looking a lot more defensive than Fury Esports. Fury Esports are looking to be very aggressive. They're looking for a lot more passes, looking to use their mechanics. Get the ball around 1 and another goal in the back of the net. 6 off the backboard pass. We'll end up getting the goal there. Back over now. 2-6. 6. Really solid stuff there from him, getting the double tap and getting it around 1. Now, Cypher Esports not only have to still win this game to stay in the series, now they have to tie up the game to even have a chance to win this game. Tibbles gets the ball around 1. 6 through the air, getting it around the defenders. It'll be now up to a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda through the air. Now over to Tibbles. Tibbles not able to get the touch. It's going to be over to Kuro. Kuro down to Kuro. Now hits the ball across. Back over to 6. 6 over to Tibbles. Tibbles now trying to maintain possession. Now to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda to Kyler. Kyler trying to maintain possession. Will now be taking his time. Tries to flick it around 1. Succeeds in doing so. Can't get it past the other 2, though. And Fury Esports will be back on the offensive end. A great demo on Tibbles will force Fluffy Panda to cut back in and get it not past the 1, but 2 players. And now be looking for the pass out mid. Can't get it past 6, though. 6 has been a formidable opponent here in this game 4. But Kyler pass mid to Tibbles. Tibbles looking to redeem himself from that game 3 miss. Now be back over to Panda. Panda puts that ball off the side wall. Be followed up here by Ant. Ant's looking for the flip pre-flip into the ball, but Tibbles will end up taking possession. Back over now to the side wall. Followed up here from 6. 6 to Kuro. Kuro back over to 6. Oh, now be put off the back wall. Kuro trying to maintain possession. We put over now to Kuro. Kuro with the double tap down. Shot from Fury. Fury can't find the empty net. Ball gets sent out. 6 keeps it on the offensive end. Can Kyler get the save? Succeeds in doing so. But can they get the ball out of their own half and look for a goal? Kyler gets completely out 50 by Ant. Ant with the pass mid. Follow up from 6, and 6 gets the goal. Cypher Pink not able to get the final save and clear they need. And Ant, look at that double tap mid, and Panda, he tries to get back in time, but he's not fast enough. And 6 gets credited with his second goal of the game. And Fury Esports looking poised to get into the round 5 of Swiss. Ball back over to Fluffy Panda, and Ant gets the goal. Here we go, folks. Let's see if Cypher Pink. They have 3 minutes on the clock. It's definitely possible for them to come back, but I don't know if they'll be able to do so. Ball back over now to Kuro. Kuro to a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda back to Tibbles. Tibbles not able to get there. Back over to Kyler. Kyler free flips the ball through the air, looking to get it around 1. Gets it past him. Will now be back in the hands of Kyler. Kyler now over to 6. 6 now looking for possession. Back over to Kyler. Kyler now trying to maintain possession here. Not able to do what he needs to do. But now back in the hands of Tibbles. Tibbles up to the ceiling. Followed up here is Ant. Ant and leaving it for 6. 6 shot from Kuro, but follow up from Ant. So many good shots in Cypher. Cypher right now, they're looking really solid on defense. They're just not able to get the clear. They managed to get save after save after save, but Fury Esports are rotating so efficiently that they're able to get the goal back almost every single time. Now, back in the hands of Ant. Ant putting it off the side wall. Be followed up by Kyler. Kyler into the air. Now back over to 6. 6 ends up leaving it. Tibbles going to fake it for Kyler. Kyler ends up being awkward, but instead of looking for the shot, he ends up waiting. And now Ant sends the ball down the pitch. Looking for the touch off the side wall. Followed up here from Kuro. Kuro looking for the Doomsy dish. Puts it on target. Saved away from Kyler. But here's the follow-up shot, and Ant puts it in. And again, it's shot after shot, goal after goal. And now it's going to be Cypher Pink having to score a multitude of goals for them to come back here in this series. Look at that. 5-0 for Fury, 2-0 lead. It looks like Fury are now warmed up in this series, and it just goes to show, I mean, after that game 3, that was the pivot point for Cypher. Cypher wanted to win this series, They had to win that game 3, and Tibbles, he had the opportunity. He could have scored at 0 seconds, but he just wasn't able to do so. And now they're going to have to go back to the drawing board here, waiting for next season of Havoc. But here we go. Can they keep this form up? Ball gets sent over there to 6, and 6 with the great double tap puts that one in the back of the net. We're kind of just doing formalities at this point, making sure that the score line is as close to what it is as possible. So if people do leave early, it does mess up the stats and everything for the end of the season. But now it'll be over to Tibbles. Tibbles not able to get the touch, and we sent back to Kyler. Kyler trying to maintain possession, not able to do so. Well, now be back to Kuro. Kuro to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda now to Tibbles. Tibbles looking for the shot. It's going to be out the backboard. But nobody on Cypher Pink are able to find the goal. Back over now to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda through the air. Will now be back over to Tibbles. Tibbles now. We'll be back over to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda will take it away now. Go out the backboard. Here comes Kuro. Kuro ends up backflipping, and Tibbles gets the beat. Tibbles ends up getting the beat there. We'll be back over now. Can they keep this form up? Ball back over to the sidewall. Back over to Ant. Ant not able to get the touch that he needs from a Fluffy Panda. Me back over to Kuro. Now over to 6. 6 through the air. We back over now to Kyler. Kyler off the sidewall. Looking to put it forward. Getting it around 1. Can he get around 2? No. And now with 40 seconds left on the clock, Fury Esports are holding Cypher Pink in a shutout. And right now, they're looking to try and continue to extend the lead. Tibbles can't get back to it. Ant with his 4th goal. These teams right now, looks like I said, just a formality at this point. But right now, Fury Esports, it looks like they're going to be moving on to round number 5. Both these teams are looking solid. Both of them are looking good. But let's see what's going to happen here. Ball back to Kyler. Kyler puts that ball off the side wall. Follow it up here. We're looking for the follow-up. Back over to Kuro. Kuro back to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda over to 6. 6 back to Kuro. Kuro now not able to get the touch that he needs. Back in the hands of Kyler. Kyler to Tibbles. Tibbles over to 6. 6 ends up leaving that one. And Fury Esports end up winning the game. And that will be it for the lower round 4. Oh my, fantastic series there. But we are running a little bit late, so we'll talk a little bit more at the series when we come back from our intermission. So thank you so much, everybody who's watched the stream here in this match. And then we'll see you guys all in a bit.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here to the Havoc Main League. I'm your host, HVC Luke, and we had an exciting set of matches there this time. We had an exciting set of matches, and Fury Esports ended up coming out on top. So now, let's see if going out into this match here between Havoc Gold and 7 Savages, who will end up promoting to the Split 2 playoffs. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait overall to see how it goes. But yeah, I think it'll be an exciting match nevertheless. And it looks like right now, Havoc White are going to be forfeiting out of Split 2. So at this since I did end up messing up rules-wise last series, I want to make it up to Cypher Pink. So Cypher Pink will be playing in place of Havoc White for the round 5 of Swiss. And just before anyone asks, Escape Velocity, I did ask them for their permission, and they said yes, they will play a serious match to make round 5 against Cypher Pink. So Cypher Pink, we will get to see them on stream right after this. But coming up first, we have Havoc Gold versus 7 Savages. This will definitely be a fun match. I can't wait to see how it goes between these two teams. Whoever loses will be going to round 5, and whoever wins will be making Split 2 playoffs, which will be taking place here in a couple of weeks. But here we go, folks. Let's get started with this match. Here we go. Person that we're really going to be on the lookout here for in this match will, of course, be Pixakar, currently B+. He also made Day 2 in RLCS Open Qualifiers for the first time, playing alongside Cosmic and Rhyolite, and actually made it to lower round 2. They only lost to a closed qualifier team. Ooh, there we go. Wolfie coming in here for Havoc Gold with the substitute. So there we go. That's going to be another goal on the board. Here we go. And I believe the scoreboard is up. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But here we go. So yeah, Pixakar, he's made Day 2, and they did that beating a rank X team. Tekaz, Schmacked, and their third ended up losing in Game 5 to Cosmic, Rhyolite, and Pixakar, all Havoc veterans, or at least Pixakar and Cosmic are Havoc veterans. And they made lower round 2s of RLCS, and they were a pickup team, so it's exciting to see. Pixakar back to B+, passing it over to his old teammate Memento, and that will be Havoc Gold on the board once more. So if everybody's wondering why if everyone's wondering why Havoc Gold looks a little bit different today, so according to the Havoc rules, if a player just disappears, then it's not really on the team if that player disappears from their roster and doesn't play Rocket League ever again. So that kind of happened with JJ for Havoc Gold. He hasn't been showing up for Havoc and hasn't been messaging Havoc Gold either. So they're technically without a third, and their alternate spot was still open. So it looks like Memento and Wolfie will be filling in those empty spots for Havoc Gold. And they will be playing with Cosmic and Pixakar for the rest of the season. So that's going to be fun to see. And I can't wait to see how, overall, this season continues to progress. Now, I did actually play a scrim earlier with Wolfie. He was looking really solid. Although, if I were to say his issues right now, they tended to be, as last man back, he tended to not read the play and kind of overcommitted a couple of times. So that might be something we see here in this match. Albeit, the scrim, of course, was against a way better team compared to something like this. 7 Savages, they're a good team, but not a lot of experience, of course. Here we go. Ball to the side wall. Taken over now by Pixakar. It looks like another great shot, and it looks like a Havoc Gold player actually saved his teammate's shot there, or at least from the glimpse that I saw. Now be up to Shark as he clears the ball down the pitch. Now, 7 Savages, they're a team that didn't make the top 8 last time. They were around 5, I believe, in the Swiss, and they weren't able to make it. So right now, they're playing for that spot, whereas Havoc Gold, they ended up having to forfeit last week, resulting in their first loss of the season. But can they keep this form up? Ball back over to Memento. Memento, he's been a grand finalist in Havoc before. It's actually Pixakar and Memento that was on the Havoc White team that didn't lose a single series the entire season. I believe they played a total of... Let me think. I believe they played a total of around 15 different series in Split 1, including a playoff. And then they played a total of 10 series in Split 2. And then they played a total of 3 series in the end of the season playoffs. They won all those series, and then in the grand finals of the playoffs, they got reverse swept in the best of 7 in the grand finals. So they won all those games just to lose when it mattered most. Hello, P-Nix. Welcome to the Havoc Esports Main League Twitch stream. How do you get into something like this? All you got to do is do !Discord, join the Havoc Discord, and then next season, when you see the signups for teams are open, you can sign your team up and participate either in the main league or an academy. Our academy league is Champ 3 and below, and our main league is Grand Champ 1 and above. So if you have a team, or even if you don't have a team, join the Discord and make sure to do that. But I will say, make sure when you join the Discord that you go to the #Roles text channel and fill in whether you're a North American member or North American Academy. If you don't see NA member or NA Academy, then you will not see the rest of the server, so make sure you do that. Is it region-based? Thank you for asking that question. We allow team players from any region to participate. Or I should say more in specific, we allow North America, Japan, and OCE, and South America. So North America, South America, OCE, and Japan, all those different regions are able to play. And there's actually a current RLCS pro, Furlash. He's currently playing for, I think it's
Lightus Empire or Lotus, something similar to that empire. In APAC right now, he's an RLCS pro. He's actually a 2-time Havoc champion, and the only rule here that we have is if a Japanese player plays, the entire series will be played on US West servers. If a European player plays, the entire series will be played on East servers. If a SAM player plays, it'll be all on East servers. And if an OCE player plays, it'll all be on West servers. And of course, there are rules based on, let's say, if an OCE and a SAM player are both in the same lobby, then of course we'll alternate between East and West, starting with East. So that's normally what we end up doing if there are other regions participating. So this is not just North America. But if you are US East and US West, you are, of course, welcome. And I encourage you all to join and participate. But here we go, folks. Havoc Gold leading 4-0 here towards the end of game number 1. And honestly looking solid, but 7 Savages, they haven't looked too poorly here. 7 Savages, they're of course going to be looking to try and win this series, but they also have probably expected that Havoc Gold, they're not going to lose this series. So they're probably looking forward to getting warmed up for round 5 to try and clinch that top 8 spot. But there we go, folks. Havoc Gold on top here in this first game. They're going to be happy to take game number 1. But now we're going to be going over to Beckwith Park Stormy to see who will end up getting the dub there. So, Havoc Gold, of course, if they win this match on Beckwith Park Stormy, that will be match point already for Havoc Gold, and they will have qualified for the top 8. Whereas when it comes to 7 Savages, if they win this next match, they will have tied the series. Now, special note of Wolfie now being on Havoc Gold. Wolfie is a 3-time, I believe, Havoc champion. So that is something to take of note here for Wolfie. He is a 3-time Havoc champ. And now, for the first time this season, he's participating. He ended up getting picked up here by Havoc Gold to fill in one of their empty roster slots. And now he's showing up here in his first series and looking really well at the moment. Here we go. And Wolfie playing on the Dominus as well, playing on the C9 decal. Very clean decal. Setting up Pixacar. Pixacar finding the goal there. There we go. Look at this here from Wolfie. Right off the backboard, up to there, and now over to Pixacar. Pixacar finding the goal. That's what we love to see here, folks. Here, back to Pixacar. Pixacar over to Jarhead. Jarhead going to send that ball straight over to the corner. Now back over to DC Stall. DC Stall to Wolfie. Wolfie, though, not able to get the touch that he wants. We now back over to Wolfie. Wolfie looking for the flick off the backboard. Follow-up from Havoc Gold is not there. Still only a 1-goal deficit here between these two teams. And 7 Savages still looking for their first goal of the series. Looks like Havoc Gold right now are looking to try and get a perfect sweep over 7 Savages. But knowing 7 Savages, they tend to be a very clean team. They're not normally one to, even if they get swept, they never get perfect swept. So let's see if 7 Savages can end up getting a goal here. Try and break the deadlock, so to speak, in regards to the fact that they haven't scored yet. Here comes Wolfie. Through the air, not able to get the touch. Back over to Pixacar. Pixacar looking for the follow-up. Looking for the dunk. Trying to set it up for Memento. Memento passing it back to Wolfie. Didn't look like that was intentional there for Memento, but it works out either way. They do get some offensive pressure out of it. Memento, though, ends up not being able to get the catch, and it's a perfect shot from DC Stall. 7 Savages tie up the game here in round number 4. This is DC Stall, the striker out of Academy, looking solid. Because everybody, if you don't know, DC Stall did play last season for Team Teal. He played in Split 2 last season for Academy, along with the rest of 7 Savages. They won all 3 tournaments, as well as the playoffs for Academy. They did end up going on to lose in the last chance qualifier at the end of the season. But DC Stall and Shraxel in specific were very key players in going for the Grand Slam in Academy last season. Now, they didn't go undefeated. They did actually lose a winner's final against Havoc Pink last season, which was made up of Kyler, who we saw on the previous match. But hopefully we can see Jarhead step up here and try to take this game. So look at this here from Jarhead. Jarhead looking for the shot, manages to get it on target. Looks like a fairly empty net. Wolfie couldn't get back in time. And now Havoc Gold are actually being caught off guard here as they're now down by 1. Pixacar through the air, puts it off the ceiling, looking for the follow-up. Not able to get there, though, and Shark will put the ball at the backboard. But a double tap here from Memento! That is a double tap, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this here from Memento. The Season 5 Grand Finalist getting the double tap. And he's manages to put that in. It still saddens me. Like, of course, I'm happy that we have Benji, who's like a 4-time Havoc champion. But going back to that Season 5, I wish Pixacar, Panda, and Memento are to get that win. Because, like, honestly, I mean, it might get to a point where, like, we might even get to a point where Pixacar may never win a Havoc season. It might get to a point where Panda has been so close so many times and he hasn't won a Havoc season. Either way, it's going to be a fight for the top once we get to the end of the season playoffs. Where Havoc White, now that Havoc White end up getting so Havoc White got top 4 in the last split, and now they're going to be knocked out in round 5. So Cypher Pink are definitely going to be happy that they're going to get to take their place, at least in regards to playing this split. But Havoc White definitely going to be sad in regards to that they aren't going to be able to participate here tonight. There we go, Pixcar getting just a casual double reset there, sending it across the field. Now it's going to be 7 Savages. But 7 Savages, they're honestly looking pretty solid. They're looking consistent. They're looking good. And right now, they're keeping the game tied at 2. Here we go. And everybody, round 5 will be after this. This is the longest night of our Swiss stage. Now, we do probably in the future, we might do just round 4 1 week. It'll just be less matches than round 5 will just be its own the other week. It just normally we want to try and get round 4 and 5 over with as soon as possible so we can get to the playoffs for the first split 2. The Wolfie with the control fakes it under 1, setting up Memento. Memento though ends up not being able to get up to that one. We're setting up Shark. Shark gets beat up by Pixcar. Pixcar back to Memento. The team play trying to come in, not able to get there though. We back out to the middle here for Shark. Shark back to Pixacar. Pixacar now leading it for DC Stall. Still tied at 2 here in the final minute. Memento's caught off guard. Wolfie has to rush back. Succeeds in getting the ball. And a great demo from Pixacar might open up some space. Back over to DC Stall. To Pixacar. Pixacar sends the ball high into the air and forward to Jarhead. Jarhead back to Wolfie. Wolfie to DC Stall. DC Stall now putting it over to the corner. Back over to Pixacar. Now Pixacar will try and maintain possession here. Back to Memento. Memento looking for the follow-up. Looking for the sidewall touch. Back over to Pixacar. Pixacar putting it off the backboard. We followed up here by Jarhead. Or sorry, Shark actually managed to get the touch there. And now Jarhead gets the clear. Still 30 seconds left. Havoc Gold still yet to get the goal. They put the ball towards an empty net once again, but Shark gets back right at the end. Wolfie jumping really early for that one. And Memento put it off the side wall. Back to DC Stall. Ball gets popped into the air. Awkward here, and Wolfie puts it to the side. Wolfie putting it forward. Back to Pixacar. Pixacar now going through the air. Trying to put it off the backboard. Follow up here from Jarhead. Jarhead leaves it for Memento. Shark, though, misses the touch. Will Memento keep it up? He leaves for Wolfie. Wolfie looking for a 0-second goal. Pixacar bounces it mid. Can Shark get this one out? Gets it to the midfield line. And Memento keeps it in the air momentarily. But ladies and gentlemen, Havoc Gold have been held to overtime by 7 Savages. Ball back to Memento. He puts the ball high onto the backboard. Follow up here from Memento off the corner and taken out. Back to Wolfie now. Wolfie popping the ball on target off the backboard here. Pixacar putting it now off the backboard. And Shark will now take possession out to the midfield line. Shark looking for the reset. Can't get it past Memento. Memento will forever be one of those turbo postal players to me where they don't really have mechanics. I mean, Memento has a lot of ground play mechanics, don't get me wrong. But somebody who doesn't look very mechanical, but Shark gets caught off his goal line, not able to find a way to challenge. And look at this here. Wolfie through the air. Jarhead ends up forcing high way too early and ends up leading to Pixacar getting a perfect pass and a perfect shot. There we go. Havoc Gold stepping up, looking to try and sweep 7 Savages here in round number 4. Here we go. Havoc Gold, they ended up having to go to overtime here, but they're definitely going to be confident now and looking to try and complete the sweep. Here we go, folks. This will definitely be an interesting one. Can we see Havoc Gold complete the sweep? It looks like we actually got kicked out of the lobby. So, that works out. I wonder if it'll let me just join back in the lobby if players stayed in. So we'll try that really quick. But always an interesting thing to see here between these two teams. And it looks like the lobby just is gone. But it looks like I forgot to change the map, so it works out for us. Let's see who's going to end up winning here on Sovereign Heights. Here we go. Now we just got to wait for the players to join back in the lobby. But looking at that game 2, 7 Savages looked like a really good team there. They looked a lot better than they have in the past, in my opinion. So going into this next game, it should definitely be in good standing for them to win this series. Like, honestly, 7 Savages could come back here. After seeing how close game 2 was, all they got to do is win game 3. And if they win game 3, then they can focus on winning game 4. And if they win game 4, then they can, of course, focus on game 5. But right now, Havoc Gold versus Havoc White. Sorry, Havoc Gold versus 7 Savages. Who will end up getting the dub here? Back over to Memento. We have to kick off. He leaves it for Wolfie, who looks like he switched cars again. I believe this is the... I always mix up the Zippy and the Venom. I think it's the Zippy. Is that the car that he's on? Or is it the... No, the Venom has the square front. I think this is the Venom. Everybody in chat, let me know if you know for sure if that's the Venom. I believe it is. I think the Zippy is a little bit rounder, if I remember correctly. But there we go. Solid stuff here. Right off the bat, 7 Savages not getting scored on the first 30 seconds. Wolfie looking to try and change that for the first minute. Wolfie misses the Musty. Does get the dunk, though, and 7 Savages will try to clear this one out. And DC Stall will be the one to try and do that, but Pixacar puts it off the side wall. Jarhead putting it out the sidewall himself. Now into the corner. Wolfie back to Shark. Shark now to DC Stall. DC Stall putting it off the backboard. Follow up here from Pixacar. Pixacar putting it off the ceiling. Now follow up from DC Stall. DC Stall back to Shark. Shark now through the air. Looking for their dribble. Getting it down to Pixacar. Pixacar now trying to take his time. Misses the touch. Will be forced to get a last second save and get a 50 on DC Stall as well. Pixacar not going to be happy about that first touch, but he will be happy that they do get the ball out at least to the midfield line. Ball now sent into the hands of Pixacar. Pixacar ends up getting demoed off the ball, and it's going to be Wolfie following this up past the ball mid. No follow-up here from Havoc Gold, but right now, Havoc Gold are honestly looking not as confident as they normally do. They are playing with a couple new players, so that is something we do have to keep in mind, but even then, you expect them to at least solo play some goals, and as I say that, Pixacar putting it in the back of the net. That's what we love to see. And it will be Pixacar opening up the scoreline for Havoc Gold with a fantastic double reset. That's a goal if I've ever seen one. Ball back into the hands of Memento right off the kickoff. But he ends up getting dunked by Jarhead. Jarhead going to be looking for a shot, leaving for a DC Stall. You saw it gets taken away by a Pixacar, but he's very close to getting that goal. Ball gets popped up into the air by Memento. Memento over to Pixacar. Pixacar now trying to maintain possession as he puts it off the corner. We followed up here by Shark. Shark with the follow-up. Looking for the pass out mid. Back over now to Wolfie. Wolfie putting it out to the side wall to Jarhead. Jarhead now to Pixacar. Pixacar looking like he's trying to own goal real quick, and Jarhead will get the goal, and that will be a tied game here from 7 Savages. So many people are like, Havoc Gold are this unbeatable team, or maybe they can steal a game off of them. But right now, 7 Savages, they're looking to try and steal that first game. But normally, by what it looks like this entire season, Havoc Gold have always won 2 games and lost 1 after that. We don't really see Havoc Gold get sweeps for some reason, even though they're clearly the better team in most people's eyes. Pix leaving it over for Wolfie. Wolfie taking his time. Passes the ball mid to Pixacar. Pixacar looks from there the shot. Will be taken off the backboard here by Shark. Shark back to Pixacar. Pixacar to Memento. Memento with the shot. Memento with the goal. And they managed to get the goal lead there. And Fishback going to be a little bit sad there about jinxing 7 Savages there. But there we go. Havoc Gold looking to try and take this series in 3 and hopefully allow us here to finish the night off as quick as we can. Because we still got 2 series after this in round 5. Ball gets popped up by Pixacar. Into the air. Followed up by Memento. Memento ends up not being able to get to the touch. And it looks like Wolfie still chasing Shark in the back of the net. Will now be in the hands of Pixacar. Pixacar ends up not being able to get there. Wolfie was still looking for bumps. Now it'll be up to DC Stall. DC Stall had the empty net, but couldn't put it under the crossbar. Right now, Havoc Gold are continuing to look for bumps. They're continuing to look for demos. They're looking extremely solid at this moment in time. And Jarhead's looking for an air dribble of his own. Jarhead definitely considered to be one of the more mechanical players on Seven Savages. And then when he was in Academy, he was probably known as probably the best mechanical player in the Academy League. But now, of course, he's in the main league. He's playing against players of much higher caliber. And we're still getting to see some of those mechanics that he's been proving over the last couple of seasons. Ball, get back to DC Stall. DC Stall to Shark. Shark through the air. Back over to Pixacar. Pixacar trying to maintain possession. Gets the ball over one and gets sent to the backboard, and they're continuing to try and pile on this pressure, but Seven Savages are holding still. They're holding strong. Can they keep this form up? That's the big question here. Right now, I honestly believe they can. As Seven Savages, they put the ball in the back of the net. Tied game. Who would have thought here, folks? They're continuing to be strong. Time after time, they're looking good, they're looking strong, they're continuing to go. Here we go, looks like we're having some issues here. There we go. So luckily there's only 50 seconds left in the game, but if it happens again, it will cause Seven Savages to lose the game. So there we go. Just had to do some tournament admin duties here. But hopefully we're able to finish this game, and hopefully Seven Savages can not only win this game, but come back and try to win the series as well, just so we can get a longer series in here. Ball back over to Jarhead. Pinches it out with Shark. Shark back to Wolfie. Wolfie over to Shark. Shark now back to DC Stall. DC Stall now will try and maintain possession here as he's looking for the flick. Ball back over now to Shark. Shark back to DC Stall. DC Stall off the backboard. Follow up here from Wolfie. Wolfie misses. And Memento will put the ball off the side wall. It looks like everybody, we're starting to see some little bit of banter, but Pixacar off the double tap wins the game for Havoc White. And we see the sweep from Havoc Gold. I'm so used to seeing Memento and Pixacar and Havoc White. But Havoc Gold will end up sweeping the series. And this would end up being a win for Havoc White. There we go. That's going to be it for Havoc Gold. Havoc Gold end up winning the series, and that will be now up to Seven Savages to try and win in round 5 right after this. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just to try and keep things in mind, in effort of time, we'll be going here to a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be going into the next match here, the first match of round 5, which I believe I'm able to tell right here. So Havoc Gold, 3 out of 7 Savages. So here's the matchups. We have, up first, we'll have Havoc White. So we're going to have Cypher Pink versus Escape Velocity. And then we'll most likely be having Havoc Purple versus Fury Esports on the alternate stream. And then 7 Savages versus Aura Esports after the first round 5 match. But everybody, we're going to go into a quick break. We'll see you guys all in a bit.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here to the Havoc Main League, Round 5 of the Swiss stage. I'm your host, HVC Luke, and today, we've had a long day today, if I'm being completely honest, but we're in Round 5, and we're ready to go for the most part, and I can't wait to deal with everything. I can't wait to see how the series ends up going. It's going to be great, and I can't wait to see how the series ends up going. But in this match, we have Cypher Pink versus Escape Velocity. That'll be the first match that we do here on stream. On Azrael stream, we have Fury Esports versus, Fury Esports versus Havoc Purple. And then after this, on the main stream, we'll have 7 Savages versus Aura Esports. All right. So let's see. I believe we're still waiting here
on a couple players to join the lobby, and then we'll be able to get started. But here we go, folks. It's definitely going to be a fun set of matches, and I can't wait to see how it ends up going. Honestly, it's a pleasure commentating for you all tonight, and I can't wait to see overall how these last two matches here. This is promotion and elimination, right? If you win, you make the top 8. If you lose, you're not making the top 8. So overall, it's going to be interesting, but it looks like everyone's in the lobby. Let's get the players to join, and let's see who will end up coming out on top of here with the W. Here we go, folks. Can't wait to see who ends up getting on top here. So Escape Velocity, they did make top 8 last time. Whereas 7 Savages, sorry, not Escape, sorry, but Cypher Pink, of course, weren't in split number 1. So Cypher came in here, they accepted the fact that they might not make the last chance qualifier, just because they haven't played in split 1. But if Cypher Pink end up winning this match, that puts them close enough to where I believe they will actually qualify for the last chance qualifier. However, they of course have to first win against Escape Velocity. Ball back over now to Sprag. Sprag down to Tibbles. Tibbles in the previous match we saw here on stream was looking really good. He was taking possession. He was looking for demos. He was avoiding. He was making great last-second saves. Overall, it was looking like one of the best players on the pitch. So hopefully we get to see that same Tibbles here in this next match. Overall, I can't wait. But right now, it looks like we're starting here 0-0 into the first minute. Still yet to find a goal at this moment in time. Oh, it looks like it's okay. So the game audio is a little quiet. All right, I'll try to pick up the audio slightly. Let me know if you guys think. Okay, guys, is the game audio? Let me know. Spam 1 in chat if it's good, and then press 2 or anything else if it's not good at this moment in time. I believe it's because it's turned up a decent bit, but here comes Awash. He's going to put in the first goal on the board here for Escape Velocity. There we go. Like we're seeing a 1, a slight 2. We could turn up ever so slightly. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay, so let me know if that's good now, everybody. But oh my goodness, right off the kickoff, Tibbles puts that ball in the back of the net, tying up the game here in game 1. Now, if Escape Velocity, if there's anything to really go by, Escape Velocity, they tend to be very game 5-ish, if that makes sense. Escape Velocity, they tend to love to go to game 5. They can never do it in a sweep for the most part. But that's normal. It's win or lose, though. When we see Escape Velocity play, it's either win or lose. They always go to game 5 for the most part. So going into this next series, are we going to see that same Escape Velocity? And if we go to a game 5, of course, I do know we have some Escape Velocity fans in chat. Do we believe if it does go to another Game 5, as Escape Velocity matches always do we believe them to win the Game 5? That's the question here, folks. But here comes Sprag. Put the ball over the sidewall. Back over to Tibbles. Tibbles now to Kyler. Still, fantastic gameplay between both these teams so far. Can they keep this form up? Ball back out to Tibbles. Tibbles to Ilaf. Back over now to Kyler. Kyler to Sprag. Sprag to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda to Awash. Awash getting the reset, getting the double tap. Look at the mechs on this guy. Sprag gets the 50-50. He looks like he gets the reset. It looks like he may have not gotten the reset, but he gets the double tap. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that man fly. Awash putting the double tap in the back of the net. We believe in the Escape Velocity. Yeah. Let's go. People believe in the Escape Velocity win here in this series. If you get up, and I do want to thank everybody who has followed recently. We have just reached 630 followers here on Twitch. Thank you so much to everybody who's been supporting us here at Havoc Esports. And as Awash here's us celebrating the Havoc League, that's going to be a goal for Escape Velocity. Awash stepping up massively here for his team. Escape Velocity, their team did win in lower round 4. So just to tell you guys the road that these teams have followed. If we look at Escape Velocity, they ended up losing to Havoc Orange in round 1 in game 5. as Escape Velocity do. Then they got a forfeit win in lower round 2. And then they ended up losing to 7 Savages 3-1 in that round. And then they ended up getting a forfeit win against Cypher White. So Escape Velocity are technically playing for their first actual win in the Swiss here. But at the end of the day, you make it to round 5, and they did have some very close series, so even then they're in their losses. So hopefully we can see them continue to step up and perform here, because right now, early on in the series, we're seeing them step up and already be up by 2 goals in game 1. Bobby back up to Tibbles. Tibbles sending it off the backboard. Ball back over to Sprag. Sprag now down to Ayaloff. Is it Ali? Is it anyone? Does anyone in chat know how do you pronounce? Is it like Ali? Is it I? I'm trying. I don't want to butcher the name as much as I probably already have butchered the name. Alioth. Is that what it is? Alioth? Maybe that's what it is. But there we go. Sprag gonna look for the possession here. Ends up giving it away to Tibbles. Final minute of play. Escape Velocity looking to try and get this ball out of their own half and solidify the win. Ball back over to Fluffy Panda. He puts it off the backboard. Follow up, double tap. Sorry, follow up shot from Tibbles. That will go in the back of the net. Here we go, folks. That's a shot if I've ever seen one. So here we go. Ball back over to Fluffy Panda. Back over to Sprag. Sprag looking for the touch. It's going to be saved away by Tibbles. Again, it's none other but Tibbles. Tibbles every single time, but who cares about Tibbles right now? Awash is going to put in his 4th goal of the game. Awash looking to try to solidify this round 5 as a win, a solidified win. If they win this round 5, it doesn't matter if all their other wins were forfeits. They're going to show they deserve to be in the top 8. And if they manage to make it over, for example, 7 Savages. They beat Escape Velocity earlier in the Swiss bracket, and now we're seeing Escape Velocity looking favorable to make top 8, whereas 7 Savages, they have a pretty difficult match coming up after this. 7 Savages will be participating and playing against the likes. We'll be playing against the likes of Aura Esports. And Aura Esports, 7 Savages, honestly, I couldn't pick a more even match in my opinion. Both these teams are considered to be more towards the upper middle part of Havoc. They're not a top team, but they're close to being a top team. They're like towards that top 4, top 5 range in most people's minds, but right now they're both going to be playing to stay alive here in top 8. Looks like we're being asked for a server reset here. So we will be going to Beckwith Park Stormy game 2 here in a second, but But there we go. This game will be going over in favor of Escape Velocity. Now we will be going over to Beckwith Park Stormy here real quick, just to see who will we see a match point early, because normally I don't think we've ever seen Escape Velocity go up 2-0 in a series. They always have to get like a 1 and then 1-1, and then maybe they start losing 1-2 and then they win 3-2. Like that's normally what Escape Velocity does every single time I've seen them play on stream anyway. So hopefully we get to see Maybe we see something different this time, Maybe we get to see Escape Velocity complete a sweep, or maybe get on match point early. Like, even if they lose game 3, maybe we can still see them, clutch up and maybe get this game over 2. Try to get it at least close to a sweep, because at least in the past, we've never really seen Escape Velocity go up by 2. But here we go. Here we go. Looks like we got a lot of Escape Velocity fans in chat. The players are in. Let's get started here with game number 2. Beckwith Park Stormy. Here we come. By the way, everybody, I do while it's the start of the game here, I do want to thank everybody. I'm sorry for all the delays, today. We've had a couple issues with a couple teams and a couple players that hopefully after today will all be dealt with. We had some issues, we had some struggles, but we're doing our best here at Havoc to get things handled properly and make up for our mistakes as well. I mean, I made the mistake earlier. I mean, technically, Führer should have maybe been able. Technically, Führer should have had a forfeit loss technically, but off of my mistake, we asked Cypher Pink, say, hey, Is Fury Esports allowed to stream here? Oh my goodness, Awash putting in another goal. Fantastic shot there from Awash. We don't want to hear anything sad here on stream. That's what Awash is telling us here. But even after my mistake, Awash, what's it called? Cypher Pink still allowed Fury Esports to play. We had a good set of matches, and just to make up for that, we had Havoc White forfeit earlier. We're just having Cypher Pink play for that spot, so we don't have a forfeit win. And everybody, don't trust me, I did ask Escape Velocity before this. I said, hey, Escape Velocity, just so we don't have y'all getting a forfeit win, would y'all mind playing a series against Cypher Pink and make it be a legit series? So Cypher Pink, if they win this, will get top 8. And Escape Velocity were like, you know what? Sure, we'll play that. We'll do that for you, Luke. So I do want to say a special thanks to the boys on the Escape Velocity team. They are honestly really amazing guys, really amazing people. I'm sure as majority of you know in the chat. So make sure to go give them a follow. Give Alioth a little bit of follow there on Twitch. I know Awash streams as well. Give them all a follow wherever you see them on Twitter or on Twitch, because they definitely deserve it. So thank you to Escape Velocity for being a kind rose in a patch of thorns here over the past couple of hours. There's Sprag also streams. There we go. Make sure to follow Sprag as well. Dude's a go. He helps out with, I know he helps out with the announcing on Twitter and everything like that. Trying to help out with I believe some of the graphics and everything as well. Make sure people know where the streams are. So Sprag, very, very good. And I believe we do see the Sprag girlfriend in there as well. But there we go. Escape Velocity in the chat. A lot of fans in chat, but I know we have a lot of Escape Velocity fans in the chat, but do we have any Cypher Pink fans in the chat? Or is anybody in here able to pretend to be a Cypher Pink fan here for a sec so they're not left alone? But here we go. Awash gonna pop that ball up into the air for Sprag. Sprag going off the corner, looking for the double tap mid. We'll back out to Kyler. Kyler will send that ball out. We'll back over to a Fluffy Panda. Ball back out to the middle. There we go to Alioth. Now over to Tibbles. Tibbles looking for the follow. There we go. Looks like we got a Cypher Pink fan in the chat. I don't know if they're pretending to be or not, but at least we got someone in chat, cheering for Cypher Pink. Always great to see. But there we go. Ball back out to the side wall. To Sprag. Sprag out to Awash. Awash. Back over now. Gonna be handled here by Tibbles. Tibbles to Alioth. Alioth to Tibbles, and Tibbles managed to get another great last second save. Ball back out into the air. Here comes Fluffy Panda. Looks like Fluffy Panda switched cars in between games. And it'll be up to Tibbles. But Tibbles, so far, he's been the standout player for Cypher Pink. When they took the one game against Fury Esports last series, compared to now, he's still putting on a great performance. He's getting goals, he's getting saves, and also some fantastic demos mixed in between as well. But it looks like that's going to be a missed net there from Cypher Pink. That could have been an opportunity to bring it back within one. But Escape Velocity stepping up here in this match. Ball back over to Alioth. Over to Tibbles. Tibbles with the great cut. Can Tibbles get the goal? Looking for the double tap. Tibbles! That's a fun name to yell, but Tibbles gets a double tap there. Look at this. Getting the first touch. And the ball just floats through the air. He gets a double tap. Sprag barely doesn't get back to it. And Tibbles will bring it back within one. I've been talking about him here for a good bit, but oh my, I didn't expect to see a goal like that. Tibbles stepping up for his team. Sprag looking to try and get a goal of his own. Wasn't able to connect his car with the ball there. But here comes Awash. 4 goals the last game. Trying to get his opponents maybe to own goal there. Pass the ball out to Awash. Awash gets dunked by a Panda. A Fluffy Panda. Ball gets sent to the backboard now. Ball up for Alioth. Ball back out to the midfield. Over to Sprag. He ends up leaving that for Awash. And now Awash can be looking for possession. Ball to the backboard. Sprag will take that one. And now we're reaching the final minute, and as time continues to wane, we're seeing Escape Velocity continue to look solid. We've seen in the past Escape Velocity kind of have issues when they're in the lead in a series, where they kind of start turtling up. But right now, it's looking like they're not turtling up. They're playing confident in each other. And let's see if they can keep that going into the next 50 seconds, trying to keep this 1-goal lead. Here comes Kyler, coming out of Academy last split. Looking for the shot, isn't able to get there. We'll be back over now to a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda puts it down. Back over to Awash. Awash now going off the sidewall. Now pitching that ball towards the corner. Back over to Sprag. Sprag out to Alioth. Ball goes out to the side wall. Fluffy Panda looking for the shot. Saved away by Awash. Goes straight to Kyler. Kyler puts it off the crossbar. Pass from Tibbles, though, to mid to Kyler. Another shot off the backboard. And right now, Cypher Pink, they can't buy a goal. But right now, Cypher Pink, they're not letting up on the pressure. They have to keep shooting. If they keep shooting, they are eventually going to score. At least that's the hope anyway. Ball back out to Sprag. Sprag crans it down the field. Shot on target from Alioth. 5-7-0. And that's the goal. Oh my goodness, folks. Look at this here. Oh my, the pass. Magnificent. The shot, even more fantastic. And escape velocity for the first time this season, it looks like, will be going up 2-0 in the series. And that's what we want to see here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we want to hear. This is what we want to see. Escape velocity stepping up here when it matters most. And there we go. Looks like, oh, there we go. We got Fiery Prophet in the chat. We got the coach in the chat. Prophet. Now, so I don't got a co-commentator with me for these matches right now, so we got to hear your opinion here, Fiery Prophet. What do you think that Cypher Pink has to do in order to come back here in this game? I want to know your opinion here in the chat. But at least that game, at least in my opinion, Cypher Pink, they actually have a lot more demos. It's just they're not able to get as much solid touches on the ball at this moment in time. So in my opinion, I think they trust each other just a little bit more, try to set up their teammates, and I could see them winning the next game. But right now, escape velocity, they're looking good. They're looking solid. I'm not sure if they're able to get it. Alioth. Okay. I'm pronouncing it correctly. Cool. I'm pronouncing it correctly. Let's go. Alioth. It only took me like 10 seconds in order to get the pronunciation right, but you know what? We're here. We're ready to go. On to Sovereign Heights as escape velocity look to sweep their way into the top 8. For a Cypher Pink, they're probably just happy that they got a second chance to play here tonight, looking to try and get into the top 8. And of course, they do have to thank Escape Velocity for giving them this opportunity. But here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. On to the kickoff. Ball will be back out now to Alioth. Trying to maintain possession. Gets it around 1. That's it out mid, but it will be touched out to the side. Awash trying to keep it on the offensive end. Awash, I believe, with 5 goals in the last 2 games. Ball back over to Sprag. Sprag into the air. Gets it around 1. Look at that. Sprag playing with the splice decal. That's a goal. That's a decal that I haven't really seen in a long time. And of course, Splice was only in the RLCS for like 1 season. It was the first season Splice were in RLCS too, and then they got knocked out right afterwards. Here we go. Sprag scores a Hattie this game. I will take all my clothes up and run up and down the street yelling Sprag GOAT. You know, whatever you got to do for the content, you know? Like, whatever you got to do. But here we go. Ball back over to Awash. Takes the ball out to the corner. Over to Alioth, and it'll be taken over by Tibbles. Tibbles off the backboard. Will be followed up here by Sprag. Sprag looking for the shot. We'll be back over to Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda will send the ball down the field. Will be sent off the corner. Back over now to Sprag. Sprag over to Alioth. Alioth looking for another sidewall. Shit, but he's not able to get the ball with any power on that one. Here comes Awash looking for the corner double. Ends up putting it off the backboard. Follow up there from Alioth. And now Sprag waiting for the ball to become open here from the gap. Look at this from here. Sprag pops it mid to Awash. Awash doesn't get the shot. Ends up jumping right past it. But Alioth looking to keep it on offense. Isn't able to do so. Here comes a Fluffy Panda. Leaving it for Tibbles. Tibbles can't get the goal though. And Awash will look to pinch the ball out to the midfield line. Awash looking for the follow. Manages to get the ball to the backboard. Sprag misses the touch though. It's up to Alioth. Alioth ends up not getting the best 50-50, but Sprag cuts in at the end to try and force the ball off the ball. First Kyler off the ball, but Kyler's still there. Awash with the 50. Awash with another 50-50. We'll go straight back to his teammate in Alioth. Awash now trying to maintain possession. He'll be back over to Kyler. Kyler now trying to take possession here. Setting up Sprag. Sprag not able to get to that ball. We'll be back over to Awash now. Awash sends the ball down the field to Sprag. Sprag with the redirect. Ends up getting turned away to the side. Will now be in the hands of a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda leaving it back here for the side of Kyler. Now Tibbles will get that ball. I will forever love yelling Tibbles at the top of my lungs. Put the ball back over to a Fluffy Panda. A Fluffy Panda gets the ball around Awash. Ball's floating towards an empty net, and it looks like it is an empty net, and Tibbles will get the first goal on the board for Team Cypher Pink. Look at this here, folks. And it looks like that'll be the first goal lead, I believe, that Cypher Pink have this series, and escape velocity. Please tell me, escape velocity, you're not going to a game 5. I mean, we still got one more match after this. You know, we're all tired and everything like that. I mean, at least according to the schedule, if we weren't held back by a bunch of delays, we're supposed to start here in 20 minutes, you know. So, you know, escape velocity, you got make sure you step up. If there was any time to get your first sweep, it would definitely be today. Here we go. Ball gets sent out mid to Alioth. Fluffy Panda, though, with a great dunk, gets it past everybody on the team. But now over to Kyler, who looks for a shot. Awash with a great save, pops the ball up. Now be over to a Fluffy Panda, to Tibbles. Tibbles now through the air. Ball gets sent forward. Now back into the hands of Kyler. Kyler now looking for a 1v1 against Alioth, and Alioth with a great turn manages to get to that ball first. And now be up to a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda gets it around 1. Tries to 50 Awash. He succeeds in 50ing Awash, but it goes to a spot where Alioth follows first. Now to Sprag. Sprag gonna be looking for a double. Can he get to the ball? No, he ends up falling out of the air. It's a little bit too early on that one. Now Alioth looking for the long shot. Tibbles, of course, gets the save, but Alioth making it very awkward for the other team. We'll get it over to Awash. Awash tried to pass it over to Sprag, but he's not able to do so. And we'll now be up to the car of Sprag to try and keep this ball going forward. Ball shot saved away by Awash. Now over to a Fluffy Panda. Back over to Alioth. Alioth trying to for the follow. Will now be sent over to the corner for Awash. Awash looking for the touch out to the side wall. Back over to Alioth. Alioth back over to Kyler. Kyler now trying to maintain possession. Will now be in the hands of Awash. Awash to Sprag. Sprag now over to Tibbles. Tibbles back to Sprag. Over to Kyler now. And now Alioth put the ball at the corner. 30 seconds left for escape velocity to try and tie this game. Awash passes it mid to Sprag. Sprag does get the touch. Miss there from Kyler's going to make it awkward here. But escape velocity passes the ball mid. Tibbles there for the last second save. Let's see what they can do here, though. Sprag passes it back to Awash. Look at Awash trying to maintain possession even in the final moments. Off the backboard. That's a miss. Where's Sprag? Sprag, can he get to this ball? No. That could have been opportunity, but why was Sprag all the way back? You guys need a goal, and you're on your own side of the field grabbing boost. Not something I can really agree with there, but maybe they can get a goal here. 5 seconds left. Ball rolling towards the backboard here. Fluffy Panda gets the ball in the air. Sprag tries to keep it in. Ball just has to hit the floor. Ball bounces mid. Awash looking for the goal. But Cypher Pink take game number 3. And we'll be moving on to Manfield Night to see if Cypher Pink can start the reverse sweep trek and tie up the series in the next one. Here we go, though, folks. But the one thing I will notice, looking at the stats, is the demo game. Right now, the off-ball pressure right now for escape velocity has kind of dropped off, honestly. So going into this next game, I would love to see escape velocity re-pick up on the defensive and offensive demos just to try and pick up more space for their team. But right now, Cypher Pink, they'll gladly take the extra space from not being demoed. So going into this next game, hopefully we see them step up here where it matters most. And if they can get the win, here, that will be them moving on to the top 8. But Cypher Pink, they're going to be looking to try and make that win as hard as possible to accomplish. But here we go, folks. Cypher Pink versus Escape Velocity. Let's see who can succeed in getting the dub here. Will Escape Velocity win in 4? Or will Cypher Pink do what Escape Velocity has seen multiple times this season and take it to a game 5? Ball back over to Alioth. Alioth tries to get it around Fluffy Panda. Can't do so. Fluffy Panda actually getting the double tap and sending it across the screen. Back over to Sprag. Sprag ends up getting bumped off the side wall. Will now be sent over to Tibbles. He's looking for a bump on the defender. And Awash manages to avoid the demoer and gets the ball not only up to the midfield line, but fully onto offense. He's looking to get a pass out mid too. Sprag in the air. Tibbles will get the touch out. But here comes a Fluffy Panda who sends the ball all the way down the pitch. Sends the ball. Great pass there from Alioth. Right over to Sprag. Sprag, though, just gives away the ball. Escape Velocity maybe looking a little bit nervous after losing that first game. Alioth, the pass mid. Awash with the dust. Gets the ball way past them. And it's up to a Fluffy Panda to keep the ball in the offensive end. Ball. Sends the ball high into the air. Sprag looking for the redirect. Ends up just passing it back to Alioth, who misses the touch, and Sprag will pass it mid. Awash, tons of time, looking for the shot, ends up getting intercepted by Cypher Pink, and now it's up to Alioth. Alioth, lost the ball high off the sidewall. Looking for the redirect on his own. Nobody in Cypher Pink was challenging him there, and Awash feels free to just cram himself into the offensive end there. But a demo from a Fluffy Panda will open up some space here for Cypher Pink. Ball gets popped to the backboard. Over to Alioth. Alioth putting that ball forward over to Tibbles. Tibbles now looking for the follow-up. Not able to get there. And we're back over to Awash. Ball gets sent high to the ceiling. Follow-up here from Kyler. Kyler now down to Tibbles. Tibble down to a Fluffy Panda. Fluffy Panda now to Alioth. Alioth puts it off the corner. Now looking for the follow-up. Here's a shot. Alioth puts it off the sidewall. And here we go. Here he comes through the air. Floating. Just lands on the sidewall. And remember, folks, still tied 0-0, and we're about to reach the midway point. And this type of game tends to favor the underdog team. And Cypher Pink are definitely the underdog team here in this series. So Escape Velocity fans are going to be hoping that Escape Velocity can find a goal here in the next minute or so. Because if it reaches overtime at 0-0, it could very well favor Cypher Pink. Ball off the side wall. Oh my, if he managed to save that reset there, he may have been able to get the dunk in. But now, Sprag, last man back, the boost stolen from him. But luckily for him, Fluffy Panda goes towards the backboard, and Kyler tries to keep this one in the offensive end. Back to Sprag. Sprag looking for the read here. Gets it around one. Looking for the read. It's going to off the corner. Followed up here from the Fluffy Panda. Back to Awash. Awash here. Now sent over to the backboard. Follow up now is Sprag. Sprag looking for the shot off the backboard. Double tap in! Sprag manages to get the goal, and they managed to do so in an amazing fashion. Hey, JZ Winkle, welcome to the stream. Long time no see. JZ Winkle, the substitute for one of the best Havoc teams of all time. Welcome to the stream. Would you say this is rank C? I would say Cypher Pink are around rank C level, and Escape Velocity so Cypher Pink are probably around high C, and Escape Velocity are probably around low B, in my personal opinion. But the ball will be sent back forward here to Tibbles. Tibbles looking for the shot. Back over, Awash still looking for that first goal of the game. Awash almost gets the redirect top right corner. Not able to connect there, though. Ball's going to continue here forward. Ball up to the wall. Back to a Fluffy Panda. He's going to be looking for a task down here to Alioth. Alioth now over to the Tibbles. Tibbles not able to get the follow up there. And be back over to Sprag. Sprag over to Kyler. Kyler down to Sprag and be looking for a solo play. Alioth with the demo. Sprag with the goal. There we go. Escape Velocity up by 2. They do not want this series to go to a game 5 for the first time in history, in my opinion. Escape Velocity are confident when on match point. And none other than Sprag. Sprag managing to do it here, and he's doing so in a great fashion. But right now, it looks like Sprag looking for the hat trick here in this game. Ball back over to Awash. Ball gets sent out to the midfield line to Kyler. Kyler over to Sprag. Sprag now tries to put the ball here over to Alioth. Alioth gets a touch and it'll be sent over here to a Fluffy Panda. A Fluffy Panda now down to Awash. Awash looking for the follow-up. It's going to be Kyler. Kyler trying to maintain possession here. Gets it around one. Looking for the read. Tibbles with the shot. Back within one. And with a minute left on the clock, Escape Velocity going to have to hold on to a 1-goal lead. Although, I will say, at least in terms of Escape Velocity, Sprag is playing really, really well. Like, with how he's performing tonight, he definitely deserves any sort of praise or anything else he can really get. He is definitely looking like a standout player here in game number 4, and even in game number 3, albeit they did lose that series. Ball back over to Awash. Taking possession here. Back ball. Oh, that was almost the hat trick for Sprag. Awash trying to make it happen here. Ball gets sent to the backboard. Oh, follow up there from a Fluffy Panda. And Tibbles will put it to the corner. Here comes Sprag, passing the ball out to Awash. Awash sending it down the field to Alioth. Alioth trying to get it around one. Succeeds in doing so. Awash looking to force. Sprag now, last man back. Ball back over to Kyler. Kyler was only taking the 1v1 there. Sprag now handling possession here. Loses it back to Alioth. Alioth tries to pass it back to Sprag. The ball kept on the defensive end for Escape Velocity. Now Sprag cutting across the field. Opportunity maybe? No. Tibbles will send that ball down the field. Ball back over now to Awash. Awash Back over to Sprag, over to Kyler, and the ball will touch the ground. Escape Velocity gets the dub, and they do so in an amazing fashion. GG's. There we go here, folks. There we go. GG's, GG's. And the world can now sleep peacefully that Sprag did not end up getting a hat trick, and the Boo Dog ends up not having to run around naked in the streets yelling Sprag go. Although I would say Escape Velocity should do it for the content, in my personal opinion. But there we go. That will be it for this series. And then when we come back, we'll have the 5th match of the night between 7 Savages and I keep forgetting, and Aura Esports. So that will be coming up next. So everybody, we might be, these next 2 teams might be a team that Escape Velocity will end up having play in the top 4 should they make it that far in a couple of weeks. So make sure to stay tuned to the stream, and when we come back, we'll be seeing them then. See you guys all in a bit.
Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Havoc Main League. It's been a very, very long night, but we're finally here. The final match of the stream. And want to say thank you to everybody who has participated tonight, bared with me on all the issues and everything like that. But we're almost done. We're almost done, everybody. I promise you that. So hopefully here we'll be getting her into this match here really soon. Just as a special note, Fury Esports have managed to beat Havoc Purple. So Havoc Purple do not make the top 8 this time, but Fury Esports do. And of course, last match we saw Escape Velocity beat Team White in that last series, where Cypher Pink ended up playing instead. But now we're seeing Aura Esports versus 7 Savages. Both these teams playing, Aura Esports playing for their 2nd top 8, and 7 Savages are going to be playing for their 1st top 8. Without further ado, let's get the players in the lobby, and let's see how this last series of the night is going to go. Here we go, folks. This is what we've been waiting for. The promotion or elimination match, depending on if you're the winner or loser, is here. The ball will be back over now to Shark. Shark pops the ball through the air. Back to DC Stall. Now over to Deluxe Drew. Now, Aura Esports, they won their series earlier today. Of course, we saw on stream 7 Savages lost to Havoc Gold. But then, in the next match after that, oh my goodness, that's going to be a goal for Escape Velocity. Horizon, sorry, not Escape Velocity, they were last series. Aura Esports are going to find the first goal on the board off a fantastic pass from Survivor. That's what we love to see. And Jarhead, he almost got up to that one, but it's going to be kept out. And that's now going to be up to 7 Savages trying to tie the game here after only 19 seconds of play. But yes, Escape Velocity, they ended up losing in a sweep to Havoc Gold, albeit they were close games. Games 2 and 3 were close games. They weren't able to deal with the demos, sadly, there, though, in the final couple games. Wolfie did end up targeting for demos at the very, very end. And if you don't know how to avoid demos, you don't have that individual skill in your arsenal, it can be very difficult to play against, especially with a player like Pixcar on the team who has such insane individual mechanics. Of course, Pixcar being a B+ level player, and then Wolfie as well being a high B player. And then looking at their third, who's their third again? Oh yeah, Memento. Memento just has a lot of experience, but Memento's been retired for a very, very long time at this point. But it was fun to see him on the field again. Ball just get popped up here into the air by Survivor. Demo attempt there by Deluxe Drew will now get sent to Horizon. Horizon now down to Shark. Shark up to Jarhead. Jarhead now to Shark. Shark will put the ball at the backboard. Now be followed up here by DC Stall. Still a tied game here between these 2 teams. Aura Esports and 7 Savages. Well, now be back to Horizon. Now over to Jarhead. Jarhead now trying to get the follow-up. Back to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew looking for the follow here to Jarhead. Jarhead back to DC Stall. DC Stall back over now to Deluxe Drew to Horizon. Horizon back to Jarhead. Jarhead back over now to Deluxe Drew. Now back over now to Shark. Shark back over to Horizon. And yet, still not really any scary shots. After the first 2 goals went in, we've not really seen any scary shots. We've just seen possession after possession. You see Shark there go for the backflip flick. It's not going to result in a goal, though, and Deluxe Drew will clear that ball down the field.
Now, I do believe Aura Esports are slightly higher in rank than the side of Seven Savages. But Seven Savages has been playing as a team for such a long time that they got the teamwork and the team skills to beat any team they really want. I mean, they even took it to overtime against Havoc Gold, which is a phenomenal feat that even some teams higher ranked than Seven Savages haven't been able to do. Double tap the attempt there from Horizon, so close. Deluxe Drew looked for the follow-up as well. Wasn't able to connect on it, though, and Survivor will now try and maintain possession. Survivor into the air, looking for the touch off the backboard. Not able to get there, though. We'll be over to Deluxe Drew, who puts it off the wall. The last time we saw Deluxe Drew on the mainstream, he looked very, very solid, but the only thing he didn't have under wraps was his shooting. He was shooting the ball kind of off target, wasn't able to get the ball on target, even when he was given a multitude of opportunities. But hopefully now he'll be able to score the plethora of opportunities that his teammates are able to feed into him. We do not get to see Volkenzi here tonight, the captain here for our esports, sadly here. Of course, I know he would love to be here to try and help his team qualify. But now I'll be back over to Horizon. Horizon back to DC Stall. DC Stall now to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew trying to maintain possession here. But back over to Shark. Shark trying to maintain possession. Back over now to Horizon. Horizon to DC Stall. DC Stall now to Survivor. Survivor gets the ball around 1. Be looking to try and get it round 2. Gets the dunk. Will now be back over to Shark. Shark ends up getting the beat there. We'll be back over to Horizon. Horizon now off the back. Will trying to send it off the backboard. Ends up falling right into DC Stall's hands. But a great cut from Deluxe Drew. Pass mid to Survivor. Goal number 2 on the board for Aura Esports. This is what we want to see here from Aura Esports. The passes, the team plays, the bump attempts. Aura Esports looking just that little bit more solid here in this first game of the series. That's a great kickoff win there for Seven Savages, albeit it looks like they kind of won it so hard that their teammate may have not been able to get the best possession. Now, according to Shark, he's an 1800 player. By what I can tell, it looks like that's 1800 in ranked 3s. I'm not seeing the individual smarts and skills show 2s at this moment in time, but I might be wrong. Maybe it's just him playing because, of course, his teammates are lower ranked than him by what I've heard. So it could be the fact that since he's playing with lower ranked players, that he's not really able to show off his 2v2 skills. But if I were to make a guess, I believe it looks like 1800 in 3s. Maybe Fiery Prophet, their coach, is in the chat. I'm not sure if he is, but he would be able to confirm. Hit Shark's 1800 rank. That's going to be a great shot. DC Stall will get the save. But back over to Jarhead. Jarhead now ends up getting the beat there. Back over now to Survivor. Survivor gets the double tap. What a shot. Look at that here. We saw Memento get a double tap against Seven Savages earlier, but it was nowhere near as mechanical and clean as that. Now that is a goal if I've ever seen one here, folks. Aura Esports now up by 2. 37 seconds to go. Oh, back over to Jarhead. Jarhead not able to get the touch there. A little awkward here for Aura Esports, but they do end up getting the clear. Back over to Shark. Shark puts the ball off the side wall. Now over to DC Stall. DC Stall not able to get the touch that he wants there. Be looking for a shot now, though. Great shot from DC Stall, bringing it back within 1. Seven Savages still able to tie up this game, and who else but DC Stall, the striker from the previous series that we saw him in, does it again. Who would have known? DC Stall, he managed to strike against Havoc Gold. If you can strike against Havoc Gold, you can strike against anybody here, folks. Hopefully we continue to see this going forward. Ball gets back over to Horizon. Horizon puts it over to DC Stall. DC Stall putting it off the corner. Back over to Horizon. Putting up the backboard, and it'll be a follow-up, and Aura Esports will end up getting game number 1 in their favor. That's what we love to see here, folks. Aura Esports with some fantastic team play, some fantastic mechanical goals from Survivor. And now we'll be going into game number 2 to see, will we see match point early on from Aura Esports. Aura Esports, they tend to have a slower start to the series, but they were able to win game 1. We haven't really haven't gotten to see Aura Esports win a game 1 here in a while, or at least on the mainstream. Maybe they won earlier in the game 1 that they had, but right now I can't wait to see how they're going to do, because if they can ride off this momentum of winning game 1 like this, we can see them win the whole series here very, very quickly, because we have to remember, Seven Savages last season were an academy level team. They weren't able to take a single game off of a main league team when they made it to the last chance qualifiers through the academy qualifications for that bracket. And it was kind of sad too as well. Because when we look at Seven Savages, I mean, when we looked at them last season, they had the Grand Slam victory. They won the first tournament of the split. They won the second tournament of the split. They won the third tournament of the split, and then they won the Academy playoffs. They go to the last chance qualifier, being the top seed from Academy, and then they lose to the main league teams in a sweep. So right now, Seven Savages, they're now in main league, of course. The players have ranked up, and it'll be nice to see if they can continue this going forward. Shark, though, looking for the double tap. Where was this the last couple of series? Shark puts this ball in the back of the net. Look at this here. Gets the beat over Deluxe Drew and the double tap in. Let's see if they can keep this forward. Can they keep this up? Seven Savages, they score first, but can they keep the lead? Aura Esports, they've had some comeback games in the past. So let's see if they can do it again here when it matters most here in round 5 of the Swiss stage. Remember, winner moves on to the Swiss 2 playoffs. Loser ends up going to be eliminated. And it's not confirmed if the loser will be in the last chance qualifier at the end of the season. Back to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew with the goal. Tied game. And there we go. Just as I said, Aura Esports always have a comeback goal in some way, shape, or fashion. They do it here. Bringing it back to a tied game in game number 2. Aura Esports, they want to end this tonight. They've been waiting for a good while. They were one of the first matches on the B stream, if I remember correctly. And now they're here. They're ready to go. They want to show up. They want to win this series as early as possible. And I believe the only sweep we've seen today was Havoc Gold on Seven Savages, and of course there was a long overtime included in that, so we haven't really seen a clean sweep overall from any of our series tonight, at least on the main stream. There was another one. Nice, nice. Looks like the bracket command isn't changed. Yeah, I believe if you do exclamation mark schedule, that's the right link for this. So the exclamation mark schedule, that'll show you the link for this. And I think there might be a command exclamation mark Swiss. Not too sure. The schedule, I believe, takes you to the fully updated bracket. There we go. Ball back over to Shark. Shark looking for the double. Back over to Horizon. Horizon back to Survivor. Survivor. Back over now to Horizon. Horizon looks like his empty net. Deluxe Drew puts it in. Honestly, like I wasn't very hyper there because I didn't recognize that it was going to be a goal. But Survivor, he gets the beat, looks for a bump on somebody, looks for a bump maybe on DC Stall, but the ball kind of just rolls into an empty net, and Deluxe Drew just makes sure that it goes in. But Escape a lot. Sorry, or why do I keep messing it up? Okay, Aura Esports looking really solid. They come back, and now they have the goal lead. They get a bump, looking for a 2-goal lead. Pass down to Horizon, off of the pass from Deluxe Drew, and Aura Esports goes up again. Look at that there. Deluxe Drew pass from a Horizon off the backboard. Suddenly people try to go for a bump or maybe even try to go for the old Season 5 Doomsday shot. But there, he just goes for the pass. And he manages to make it a brilliant pass at that, giving Horizon another goal. Back over to Shark. Now gets sent over to Horizon once more, looking for the double tap off the side wall. Trying to follow up is Deluxe Drew. Back over now is Jarhead. Jarhead tried to get the follow. Back over to Deluxe Drew, trying to maintain possession, leaving it for Horizon. Horizon looking to try and get it past Jarhead here. Looks like Jarhead has switched over to the Dominus. Looks like, and of course Shark's been on the Dominus all night here so far. Back over to Horizon now. Followed up here, DC Stall. DC Stall back over to Survivor. Survivor trying to get to the ball now. He followed up here by Shark. Shark trying to maintain possession, going off his own backboard. Still 2 minutes left. We can still very easily see Seven Savages come back here in this game. It just right now, Aura Esports, for the first time in a while, have looked so consistent. But as I say that, they will get a goal. Jarhead puts the ball on the back of the net here off the pass from DC Stall. Look at that. DC Stall, he got the goal last game to bring it back within 1, and now he gets the pass to bring it within 1. This man cannot be stopped. And I believe DC Stall was one of the MVPs last season for Academy as well. It's either between DC Stall and Jarhead. I remember DC Stall got a tournament MVP but I forget who ended up getting the season MVP for Academy. I'm not too sure. I want to say DC Stall because he joined us on the pre-show, but I'm not sure if that actually is the case. Ball back to Survivor. He gets their ball around 1. Looking for the shot. Saved away here by Shark. Yevons almost gets dunked there by Deluxe Drew. But with a minute and a half left on the clock, 7 Savages still yet to tie the game. Horizon doesn't get the best 50-50, but Jarhead's going to be looking for a shot here. That's going to be a miss. Double commit from Aurora Esports, but now Deluxe Drew in a 1v1 against Shark. Shark has to get the save. Missed flick there from Deluxe Drew, but it almost set up Survivor. Here comes Deluxe Drew, though, through the air. Gets the 50 out mid to Horizon. Horizon looking for the long shot. DC Stall side flips, and Aura Esports regain the 2-goal lead with just over a minute to go. Look at that ear from Horizon. Perfect touch, perfect shot, perfect goal. That's what we love to see here, folks. Back to the kickoff. Maybe we can see a kickoff goal from 7 Savages. Try to bring it back within. They do get a shot on target, albeit very weak from DC Stall. Possession here from Deluxe Drew. Tried to get it around 1. Using the new Dignitas decal. Looking really clean. Now I'll be back over to Horizon. Jarhead looking for the bump. Not able to get that, though. We now over to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew to Survivor. Survivor now trying to pop that ball into the air. Will now be in the hands of Horizon. Horizon trying to maintain possession. He ends up getting bumped off the ball. Deluxe Drew looking for the follow-up, not able to get there himself. But now 35 seconds to go. And right now, 2-goal lead for Aura Esports. They're in a very good spot to make themselves go on match point. And then in order for 7 Savages to stay in the tournament, they will have to reverse sweep. I am curious about that, though. And, oh, my goodness. Survivor getting a goal from across the map. What happened here? Back over to Shark. Shark ends up, looks like that was a team pinch by what it looks like. DC Stall may have been able to get back if it was a normal shot, but the team pinch finds itself in the back of the net. But as I was saying, the main question I have is, where is Shraxel? Normally, I would say Shraxel is one of the most composed players on the pitch. Normally, he's very confident, he's very composed, he looks for a lot of passes. But maybe 7 Savage's idea here was to go for the more mechanical players. I mean, DC Stall, Shark, and Jarhead, they're probably considered the most mechanical players on the team, but honestly, I would love to see Shraxel maybe even sub in here for one of the players, like, because right now, having Shark and Jarhead on the team aren't really work. It's mainly right, and if I'm being completely honest, outside the one double tap from Shark, it's been mostly DC Stall and Jarhead getting most of the goals there, so it's interesting to see that kind of dynamic show itself here in the series. I'd love to see Shraxel come in at some point, but it looks like they're going to be going here with Shark in this game number 3. But right now, 7 Savages, they're going to have to try and reverse sweep to stay alive in the tournament. Here we go. We're now going to be going on to Sovereign Heights. Because I remember commentating Shraxel last season. I remember commentating him earlier this season whenever he would participate with this team. And he's always been like, I remember he had one bad series. But outside one bad series that I remember him having where he just wasn't able to hit his shots, his passes, are really good. Like, his awareness of the game is super high level compared to anybody else in Havoc, to be honest. And that's coming from somebody who was Academy last season. But it looks like we aren't going to be seeing Shraxel here in this series, unless we can maybe see them win a game and then maybe sub them in. But if they win a game, I honestly don't see that happening. Right now, we're going to have to see Shark really wake up here. Shark trying to maintain possession, pass the ball mid to DC Stall, and there we go. That's what we want to see from Shark. A fantastic pass. We've seen him go for so many solo plays and trying to do everything himself so far, but now we see him get a pass to DC Stall. It's very similar to Jarhead getting a pass from DC Stall earlier last game. But as we saw in the previous game as well, getting the goal first isn't necessarily an indicator for a win against Aura Esports. Aura Esports, they've had so many comeback goals, so many comeback wins in Havoc, including the last game. I mean, game 2 was a comeback win for Aura Esports. They got scored on first, but then won in a fantastic fashion. Horizon putting the ball over to the side wall. It's going to be a miss. Now Horizon goes through the air. Horizon has Survivor open for a pass, but he goes for a double reset instead. He does get the ball to the offensive end, but now it'll be over to Survivor. Survivor ends up missing, but it fakes out Jarhead. Jarhead, who's now switched over to the Fennec. Jarhead, normally one of the bigger car switchers. Like, some people they tend to switch their preset in between games, but Jarhead, like, almost universally switches from car to car in between each game. You see him on the Fennec sometimes, Dominant sometimes, and Octane in the same series, and we see that in this series. I believe Jarhead was on the Octane at the game 1, or at minimum he was in Octane the last series. I know for that for a fact. Kind of entering a little bit more of a quiet moment here for these two teams. Shark gets his boost stolen from by his own teammate. But here comes Horizon through the air. It's it on target. It's in! And another messed up on the defense from what? I hope that, yeah, it wasn't DC Stall this time. It was actually Jarhead, one of the more mechanical players in the Academy last season. And it looks like Shark maybe could have gotten back. But Horizon ties up the game just as he did in the previous one. And now it's going to be up to 7 Savages to try and regain the lead if they want to try and avoid getting swept. Ball back over to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew with the shot. Great demo. Bounces off the curve. Can Deluxe Drew put it in? No. Drew going to be sad and want that shot back. But they're at least keeping the ball on the offensive end. Survivor faking it out. Leaving it for Drew. Drew putting it off the backboard. It was almost floating straight in. But Drew will keep the ball on the offensive end. Great demo there from Shark. Will allow him to get a free possession. Shark looking for the pre-flip air dribble. Gets the pre-flip. Gets the 50-50. Not able to find the back of the net though. Looks like Shark's looking for a little bit more solo plays, even after the great pass he had. But a great dunk there. That ball's going to be sent all the way down the field there almost. Going to be off the corner. Pass mid. Look at that passing play. Horizon from Drew. Almost a goal as well. But here comes Survivor. Survivor had an amazing double tap in game 1. Doesn't end up going for one there. That's going to be Horizon though. Horizon may have been able to get a shot on target there, but he's not able to do so. Drew ends up balling his own teammate there. Now Shark tries to fake it out and go for the ball, but he's not able to get the catch. Coming out the DC Stall to maintain possession. He gets beat. Ball back out to the midfield here. Touched out by Jarhead. Over to Deluxe Drew, and DC Stall put that ball to the corner. Ball back over to Survivor. Survivor puts the ball off the backboard. He'll be looking for Horizon. Horizon now trying to maintain possession. Will now be going over to Jarhead. Jarhead now over to Shark. Shark looking for the shot. It's on target, and that will be the go-ahead goal for 7 Savages. They do it this time. Last time they weren't able to regain the lead, but this time they're able to do so. It's a completely different game now for 7 Savages, but can they maintain the lead? Knowing Aura Esports, they might go for a little bit of a kickoff. They tend to be a little bit more confident in their kickoff, so maybe they go for something different here. And it looks like they don't do it this time, but they still might be able to get a possession here. Not able to do so. Now Horizon has to take possession back to his own end, but he kind of passes it mid. Dunk from Shark. They'll be opening up for Survivor. Oh my goodness, Survivor own goals off of the bump from Shark. Jarhead was definitely going to be sad if he ended up missing this shot. It was an empty net for the most part after Survivor got bumped. But luckily for him, Survivor is the one who ended up double tapping into his own net. And now a 2-goal lead for 7 Savages will put them in a great spot, but we can never count Aura Esports out. They're only down by 2. 2 minutes left on the clock. Just a goal per minute is something that they can very easily do. They've done it in the previous 2 games. Albeit they didn't do it from a losing position. Ball back over now to Horizon. Horizon to Drew. Horizon now looking for the double tap. Gets the ball around 1, gets it around 2. Can't get it past Shark though. Jarhead on the backboard looking for the pass down mid. Shark ends up getting beat to the ball by Deluxe Drew. Great demo there from Survivor. Pass out mid to Horizon. Horizon through the air. Gets the beat over DC Stall. Looking for the 50. Gets the 50 on Jarhead. It's floating towards the net. Shark almost overcommitted on that one, but he manages to get back to it. And will now be back in the hands of Shark because he puts the ball mid, and it will be taken away by Aura Esports. Jarhead now be the one tasked to maintain possession here. Grabs his own corner boost, but Deluxe Drew with a great 50. Survivor's on the other side. Gets the ball around 1. Looking to get the dunk. Can't get the dunk there, though. Back in the air. Here comes Deluxe Drew. Follow up. Looking for the possession. Aura Esports still looking to try and bring this back within 1 to have a chance to tie it. Missed there from Survivor. That was going to make it very difficult. Luckily for him, no one on 7 Savages wanted to challenge that ball. 7 Savages still do end up with the possession there, though. It will now be over to Deluxe Drew. Puts the ball mid. Sorry, Horizon puts the ball mid. Now it's going to be over to Horizon to try and maintain possession on his own end. Toss the ball into the air. Gets it around 1. Can he get around 2? That would have been an empty net, but he can't get it around DC Stall. 30 seconds to go. Deluxe Drew getting it around 1. But now be in the hands of Survivors. He pinches the ball down the field. Now he might be able to get the dunk. Gets the ball over 1. Can he get it past Shark? No, double commit. Now it's a 2-on-1. Shark has an empty net. Flicks it over into the crossbar. Not going to be a goal there. Ball back on Shark's head, but it looks like this game number 3 will be going in favor of 7 Savages. Won't be seeing a sweep from Aura Esports this time. Maybe we'll see a last-second goal? Possibly. Nah, it looks like we won't see that. And 7 Savages will end up with, finally, their first game win of the series. And look at that. Even with all the demos, Survivor with 4 demos, 7 Savages were still able to get the win. It looks like 7 Savages have learned from the Havoc Gold series. They're starting to be able to avoid those demos. And if they can keep this up, I can see them reverse sweep this series. I really can see it. But here we go. Ball's going to be back over now. This game's now going to be back in Aura Esports court. It's up to them to try and get the win now. Will they be able to do it? We're going to be going on to Manfield Night here really quick to see who will see if we'll have a series winner, or see if see if 7 Savages will start continuing on with the reverse sweep trend that they're showing here. If they win this game, it's one more game for the reverse sweep. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win this game for it. It's kind of back and forth. But it's going to be close no matter what. That's all I know. Ball back over now into the midfield. Deluxe Drew puts it to the side. Survivor. Amazing double tap in game 1, but we've yet to really see him pop off except for demos since then. Ball to the corner. Puts it over now to Horizon. Horizon ends up missing the ball there, and Drew fakes it for Survivor. And the ball will go out to Horizon. Horizon misses a couple of misses here from Aura Esports, and they will now be back into the air for Deluxe Drew. Ball through the air. Looking for the follow-up here is Shark. Shark back to Horizon. Horizon putting up the backboard. Will now be taken over by DC Stall. Deluxe Drew putting that ball mid. The Jarhead. Jarhead now to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew trying to get the double. Not able to do so, though. Will now be back over to Shark. Shark looking for the read. Not able to do much with that, though. It'll be back over to Deluxe Drew. Over to DC Stall. 50 from Jarhead. Jarhead gets the 50. Now back over to the hands of Horizon. Horizon pops the ball down. Still tied 0-0. And normally 0-0 games tend to favor Aura Esports. Ball back over to Horizon. Horizon to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew looking for the 50. Ends up leaving it for Survivor. Survivor looking to maintain possession, but gets it right into Shark, giving away possession to the other team. Shark, though, ends up getting 50 easily by Horizon. And that's going to be up to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew losing it for Horizon. Horizon putting it up off the backboard. We're starting to see Aura Esports start to kind of sit back in their own half. Hopefully we can see them try and pick up on the aggression here for a little bit. But here comes Shark taking his time. Horizon has to avoid the demo. Not able to do so. And Shark will end up getting a free goal off the back from a demo. Looks like we're starting to see 7 Savages pick up on the off-ball pressure now. Let's see if they can continue it going forward. Here we go, folks. Jarhead. Now over to Horizon. Horizon to Shark. Shark. Now back over to Survivor. Survivor trying to maintain possession. And will now be over to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew looking for the shot, and he gets the goal. Aura Esports doing what they've done every game so far, and whenever they go down, they always come right back up. And it's not the Deluxe Drew. He said the one time we've seen Deluxe Drew perform poorly, he was missing shots, but that's not the case right now. Deluxe Drew is looking solid on the striking side of things, and it looks like we're seeing a mixed-up kickoff there as well. Deluxe Drew going for the kickoff from the opposite perspective. Back over to the backboard. Back over to Shark now. Into the air comes Jarhead. Looks like Jarhead has found his car. The one car that they won on. And he's going to be looking to try and get his team the win here. I don't know what it is about the Fennec. The Fennec does seem like a car that makes it really easy to demo. Ball will be passed down there. Drew to Horizon. Missed there, but it ends up working as a fake for Survivor almost. Now it's going to be up to Shark to try and maintain possession. Back over now to Horizon. Horizon looking for the pass mid. Not able to get the goal, but making it awkward for 7 Savages nevertheless. Ball bounced out mid. Opportunity here for Horizon. Horizon losing it to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew sending that ball down the field. Jarhead sending it all the way back down. Survivor avoids the demo, but pressure still on. Miss there from Deluxe Drew. Uncharacteristic miss. But now we're gonna be seeing Aura Esports stuck here on their own half here for a good bit. They're going to be looking to try and get this ball out of their own half in any way they can, but a miss from there. After it looks like DC Stall missed his own touch, it worked as a fake, and the ball's still in the offensive end, but Survivor goes for the clear. Horizon looking for the redirect, ends up missing the touch, and Jarhead looks like he almost missed there for a second, but he does get the touch out. Ball gets popped over to the Lux Drew. The Shark. Shark ends up leaving it as Horizon takes possession. Horizon looking for the cut. Gets the flick mid. Setting up his teammate. Deluxe Drew looking for the second goal of the game. Not able to get the goal there, though. But Survivor loses the 50 with the shots. Jarhead with the save. We're starting to see Aura Esports re-pick up on the same pressure they had when they won games 2 and 1. Survivor with the weakest shot ever, but it still goes into the back of the net. Aura Esports with the goal, bringing it up to a 1-goal lead once again. The last time we saw them take a 2-1 lead, we saw them continue to score goal after goal. Let's see if they can keep this form up, though, ladies and gentlemen. Ball back to Jarhead. Jarhead now. Over to the side. Will be sent now over to Horizon. Horizon looking for the 50. Great 50-50. Looking to try and set up his teammates here on the backboard. Is Deluxe Drew looking for the shot. Barely off the post this time. Now over to Shark. Shark leaving it for DC Stall. Passing him to Jarhead. Oh my, I didn't even realize 1 minute left in the game. And 7 Savage is 1 minute away from being eliminated from Split 2. But a pass mid and a missed shot. Shark goes in for the ball, but he ends up missing. Now Horizon looking for the quick counterattack. Pops the ball over 1. Actually doesn't get it over the 1, but he gets the bump on Jarhead afterwards. Missed breezy there from Survivor. Deluxe Drew looking for the follow. Gets the 50 mid. Looking for the 50 again. We'll be back to Survivor. Survivor now to DC Stall. DC Stall to Jarhead. Jarhead to Survivor. Survivor now into the air. Here comes Horizon. Horizon looking for the pass out mid. Be followed up here by DC Stall. Deluxe Drew has to get back to a touch. He does. 15 seconds to go for 7 Savage to tie up this game. All of Aura Esports are on the backboard. They leave it for Shark. Shark shoots, and Horizon with the falling down save. But a miss there is going to make it awkward for 7 Savage. They miss the ball. 5 seconds to go. They have to get this ball to the other end of the field to try and tie it up. But the ball bounces. Shark looking for the shot. Deluxe Drew puts it down. And Aura Esports will move on to your top 8. Fantastic set of circumstances there for Aura Esports. They end up winning the game, and they do so in a brilliant fashion. And looks like the game glitched. Yeah, there we go. Deluxe Drew winning the entire game there. 1v3 in the other team. But now it looks like a little bit glitch since everyone did leave the game a little bit early there. But a fantastic set of matches here, folks. And oh my, almost midnight on the East Coast. Luckily, it's only, 9 p.m. for me, So, I'm tired, but I'm not, dead tired. At least not yet. But still, fantastic set of matches. Congratulations to Aura Esports for getting the win. And now that we have all the matches over with, I can now let you guys know what the matches will be for next week. And actually, I believe I can be able to show y'all. It's not going to look professional, but I'm sure y'all want to see the matchups going into next week. So here we go. And here we go. Screen recording. Oh, there we go, folks. We're going to transfer over now. Here we go. So, the first quarterfinal, we're going to have Fury Esports versus Digital Threat. Digital Threat coming in as the first seed in the Swiss bracket after Havoc Gold not participating. And then Final Form White versus Havoc Orange. That will be the other quarterfinal. That will be definitely a very interesting match. Sloth Dark versus Aura Esports. Sloth Dark had the upper hand the last time these two teams played, but it should be interesting. And, well, Escape Velocity getting the rough end of the stick there. They're going to be playing against Havoc Gold in the lower quarterfinals. Of course, so best of 5s, best of 7s, and the grand finals is the best of 3, best of 5 set there, folks. So there we go. That's going to be the quarterfinal matchups here for the next week. But everybody, thank you so much for showing up. It's been a pleasure commentating for you all tonight. I wouldn't be able to do this without any of y'all supporting Havoc in the best way that you know how, and that's just watching the stream. Now, I do thank you everybody for showing up, and congratulations to all the teams that won. And remember, next week, RLCS Open qualifiers, but the week after that will be the Split 1 playoffs for the Academy Main League. And of course, it'll just be week 5, 6, and 7 over the next couple of weeks. Now, I will be trying to see if we can get Academy League done maybe Thursday, so we can try to get them to catch up to Main League in terms of how far along they are. But everybody, without further ado, that's it for your stream tonight. Thank you so much for putting up with my annoying voice for all 5 series today. I appreciate everybody for showing up and supporting. Hope you guys all have a great night, and I'll see you guys all next week. Have a great night, everybody.
I'm taking the world, you'll see.